Hey guys. Okay, give me just a second. Uh, okay. Am I good? Guys, you guys would be so proud of me. I was cleaning up my office today, which you still it's still a work in progress, but I'm just like, you know what? It's Christmas time. Um Y'all, okay, what's going on? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Look at that. We got 2 new members. Look at that, Benita Applebaum. You got it going on, okay? Benita, okay? Is it TJ? TJM 1975. Thank you, sis. Thank you, Sagittarius. Thank you for helping me with my goal. Look at that. Y'all, does it feel like Christmas to you guys? It doesn't feel like Christmas to me yet. I don't know why. Like it's been very like a Christmas going on, but I don't know what to say. Um, okay, give me just a second. Let me pull up my YouTube monitor too. I don't have that pulled up yet. I figured we would do, I don't know. Look, I had so many ideas in my mind, and I know we need to get caught up on hot topics. So don't think I forgot about that. Why am I not seeing this in? All right, let me refresh YouTube because I'm like, wait a second, why am I not seeing that I'm live on YouTube? Okay, which I know I am. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Miss HLS. I wonder what happened to my goal. Oh, you know what? Okay, let me reset it. I thought it would go for like the time that I don't know. Okay, let's see. Uh okay. Okay. Oh man. I wish I could edit that. Can I edit it? No. My bad. Okay, typo on because. I know how to spell because. Okay. Um all right, let me go back over to StreamYard. Okay, hey guys, how's it going? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, everybody. Miss Buckeye, what's going on? Happy holidays, everyone. It feels like the holidays a little bit. It just doesn't feel like, I guess it feels a little bit like the holiday season, but it's really just not giving altogether Christmas, but it probably will Monday. And now that school's over for a minute, it's like definitely much more of a relaxing vibe, and I certainly appreciate it. Okay, let's talk about a couple of things. I have not been online for several hours because we did go out, the saga continues. We're decorating Farrah's bedroom. We did find a beautiful rug. Um and we got it. Hold on one second. Let me get my notebook. Okay. Y'all, I had to take notes. Any of you guys who are in members, you guys, I laughed. Y'all were funny last night. I feel like I was probably delirious last night. So I was in the kitchen. The dogs were bothering me. But it was so much fun. We did talk about the shenanigans of the YouTube streets. Thank you, CW. Thank you, Jay Blake. Let me drop some coins on everybody. And if you just got membership today and you have not been a member, please take advantage of the member content because I feel like it's definitely, it's worth it. We have a good time, it's fun, and most of the time that content stays right there. Sometimes I do record stuff with you guys in members and we'll make it like, edit it for future content or whatever, but most of the time it stays with you guys. So again, like a week or two ago, if you want to see my reaction on the Big Jeff podcast, that's there. Um Yesterday we talked about the subpoena. Sylvia went live and talked about it, and we had a kiki last night. Um I do want to talk about that for like a little minute. Thank you, Jay Blake. Thank you, CWLK member milestone 10 months. That's such a long time. Thank you for supporting. LK, thank you for 10 months. Miss Buckeye, 7 months. Miss HLS, long time. Sagittarius vibes, long time. Thank you for the stickers, ladies. And to our new ladies, thank you so much for supporting. I really appreciate it. And go get into the member content because it's fun. Anyway, if you follow me on Patreon, I posted it there too. And I think that's it. Okay. So yesterday we did talk about it. So we know Sonia got, so I guess we're into some Nesto tonight a little bit. If you guys want to see the Peter receipts, I'm ready to show you those too. I wanted to show them to you guys yesterday, but I don't know what happened. We didn't show them yesterday. I guess my word was good enough, but if you guys want to see the receipts, I have them. So we can take a quick, like, a quick little detour real quick. And then I figured we would react to a fairly recent Nesto video visit on I want to say it was December 8th, so not too long ago. I just don't know if she's going to be back anytime soon, considering what's happened. Oh, thank you, Tony. Thank you for gifting a friend. Thank you to KK Scorpio. Thank you to beautiful sis, Petty Patty. Thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to Beauty is her name for supporting for 9 months. That is a long time. That's enough time to have a whole baby. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, KK. Petty Patty. Beauty is her name. Okay, Tony. Thank you so much. Okay, let me YouTube monitor. Where are you? Okay, here we go. Miss HLS. Thank you, Danny IRL. Thank you, Queen of the Documents and Receipts. Thank you. Okay, Tony gifted some friends, and those friends are Irie, Pretty Frugal Diva, Shar R, Jessica Jones, and Pink Pearls. Okay, you just got gifted, so enjoy. Oops. Okay, enjoy. All right. Okay, so today I haven't been live today. I hadn't been live at all. So my husband wasn't feeling good. So the cold traveled through the house. First it was Farrah, then it was me, then it was my husband. He rested most of the day. I made a big pot of soup. By about 3 o'clock, I came in here. I'm redoing. So where I'm facing like clothes, and I'm reshuffling how I have my sweaters and stuff. And then behind me is like more like this is the office side behind me, and this is the clothing side on this side. And I was reshuffling my sweaters, and then that's when I picked up this sweater, and I was like, oh, I haven't worn this sweater in a while. Let me put this on today. And that's it. I did that most of the day, and I'm just trying to get a little bit more organized, and I need to get into the actual closet because this is it's my office. This is like my personal office, and then I need to get in there and do some decluttering. So that's how I spent most of my day. But it was funny because last night we were talking about Sylvia's video. Sylvia, if you did not know, Sylvia went live yesterday and she read to everyone Sonya'S alleged rebuttal to, let me move this a little bit. I feel like the light's hitting me weird. Okay, let me go like that. Is that better? I don't think it makes much of a difference. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? Hold on. Maybe that makes a little bit of a difference. I think that makes a little bit of a difference. I feel like there's a whole shadow on this side. Anyway, okay, I know what it is. Okay, so she went live and she was discussing, so she didn't really discuss Sonia's subpoena, but she read Sonia's rebuttal to the subpoena. And I could not believe that she allowed that Sonia, I can believe it, but it was unbelievable that Sonia had infamous Sylvia come to the internet to discuss her rebuttal on a serious matter on Sylvia's channel before it was even posted to the docket, and then also discuss the evidence that they were submitting back with the rebuttal before the judges ever see it. And I was just like, you got to be kidding me. But okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay. And you know what, Mocha Wine? You had a good question yesterday, something about Doug getting in trouble. So I thought about it overnight, and I was thinking, and I don't know if you saw my member post. So Doug did coordinate with Sonia for Nesto to wear civilian clothes on a time that he was not supposed to. So I thought about it. And I was like, is that a thing? Not to say that the DA would be doing a whole investigation around that, but I mean, I don't know what they investigate on. I don't know what they would be sending to a grand jury. I would imagine probably not that. But when I was thinking back as to all the things that we have seen that probably aren't 100% right, it just made me think. You know what I mean? So thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you. Let me keep going. Just one second. Okay. 504, thank you. Been here longer than 10 months. Count your days, YouTube. Thank you, Franny, for handling that business. My Christmas gift is my grown and bougie family. Isn't it just amazingly? It's just awesome. Thank you, 504, for supporting. I appreciate you, sis. Reefa Muffs mom, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Let me hold on. If you guys saw what I'm having to do right now. Hi, Make It Rain. How are you? Let's see. Keisha. Hi, Keisha. How are you, hun? Thank you. Okay, so what I'm gonna have to tell you guys is they moved a button. They added an additional button, and I keep getting locked up hitting this button. So just bear with me on that. Okay. So I don't know. And I promised you guys yesterday that you guys could call in if you want to. So we can do a little bit of that. We can do a video tomorrow. If you guys want to call in and talk about that, we can. If you guys, I do have a receipt to pull up for you guys regarding Thursday. So I'm going to pull that one up in just a minute. Girl. Okay. So we're not going to play Sylvia's video here. When that thing gets posted, we'll revisit that video, okay? But number one, so Sonia's rebuttal to the government was number one. No, I did take notes, okay? She has no legal ties to this man. Girl, you got soul ties. You got them damn soul ties. You got the vapors, okay? You might not have legal ties, but baby, you got soul ties and the vapors, okay? That's number one. Number two, she says she has no accounts shared with the defendant. And we don't know that. They don't know that. They want you to come with the receipts and show us, okay? Show the people of the grand jury what's actually going on. Sonia wants to hide her hand like she hasn't been in the middle of the case. Middle, upside, downside, around side, everything. Okay. Thank you. Please hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please support the channel by hitting the like button. That helps me and that helps other people find this chat. I don't want to see. Yeah, no, we're not going to show that today. That was enough. Your girl took notes. And from now on, when I go somewhere, I learned some things. I learned some things on Thursday. I need to have a notebook in my purse or in my car. I need to I'm keeping my little microphone, my mic that Bluetooths to my phone and my cameras in my bag at all times. Like I kind of have a couple things with me so I can be ready just in case a story breaks. Okay, I got my stuff. I got my to go reporter bag ready. Okay, I'm not playing. I might start traveling with my iPad, but I feel like my iPhone's enough. So um but it was funny because my last iPad, I had mobile service to it. I had like the I don't know what was a 4G or whatever at the time. And my iPad now, I don't have service to it. But I said, you know what? My next iPad, I'm gonna just go ahead and have service to it. I think I can get service put on the one that I have. I'm not sure. But if I can't, I think the next one I get, because I literally just got a new iPad like a year ago and I barely use it much. Um, so I think I might just trade it in and get a new one with service because I feel like that would be so helpful when I'm out in the field and a big story breaks, right? She's not taking it seriously. She's not. We don't have to take it seriously because it's not our problem, right? But but I'm not here to give any advice. I mean, they think that the people who report on this case, I'm gonna say it like that, specifically I'm one of them, are a bunch of haters and they can think that if they want to. Um Me personally, if something like that happened to me and I'm someplace where I typically never am and I happen to be there for a friend uh legal proceedings and they happen to catch me and serve me, I think I'd be a little bit shook, but that's just me. Okay. Hey, Jasmine, how are you? I hope I didn't miss anybody. Keonce, thank you. Oh, Keonce gifted a friend. Okay. And Tony the trophy. Thank you so much. Okay, I think I think I made my goal. Oh no, not yet. But I gotta be close to it. Oh, you guys are all dropping your milestones. Let me see. Okay. All right. Let me click out of that. All right, and there's a typo on because that was my bad. Um, all right, let's see. All right, who got gifted? Thank you. Okay, Salty Buzzard. Wow. Okay, Salty Buzzard, you got gifted. I hope you enjoy and definitely make sure to take advantage of some of the member content. I think you're gonna love it. Okay. Um, Let me drop some. Thank you to all of you guys. I appreciate it. Um, she thinks she did her big one. Okay, let me read through these really quick. I don't have them to the T. I did not transcribe it, but number one, so the number one reason why Sonia is telling the government, the district attorney's office, that she is not helpful with the matter is because she doesn't have any legal ties to him. She doesn't have any legal ties to Mr. Williams, and that's it. That's all, right? Number two, she has no accounts with the defendant. There's nothing that she is entwined with him as far as from a legal standpoint, nor a financial standpoint. She has no accounts with him. Number three, she says she has no ability to access information the state cannot. And I don't think they were asking her to access information the state could not. I don't think she understood the ask. I think that she can't be that dumb. She just really can't. So I don't want to like belabor it, but they're not asking you for discovery. They're not asking you to help them build a case. They want to know what you know, plain and simple. They want to know what you know. And today in members, I dropped a list of some things I was thinking about, and I was like, Guys, what do you think about this list? Because we've gone over we had another list. We talked about that last night. I don't have it in front of me right now. But I thought about some other things, and maybe some of these things were incorporated in that list too. If you saw me over on Nyla's, we talked about some things. And then last night, I was like, oh, okay, guys, regarding the subpoena, I just thought of something. Okay, so recall when Sonia coordinated with Doug to dress Nesto in street clothes. Now, is that a big deal? Well, it is a big deal considering that inmates are not allowed to dress in street clothes until they actually go for trial. It's really not necessary, and it's just like an extra thing to do. The reason for them to be able to dress in their street clothes is for the jury to not know whether they've been spending time incarcerated or not, because it can be seen as prejudicial to the process. Because some people feel like, well, if you've spent any number of time in jail, that maybe that can weigh against you, because sometimes people have um they have their own thoughts around if you weren't able to bail, or maybe they didn't give you bail. There's questions there. So they put you in civilian clothes for that to not be a question. You're just a defendant at that point. Doesn't matter how you got there or when you got there or where you're sleeping, right? So for some reason, Nesto was able to slip through security and actually put on regular clothes. I don't want to say slip through security like it was something sneaky, but he was able to confuse the powers that be at that moment. And he had on street clothes, and she coordinated that in her what? In her email or in her text messages. That would be something that I think that the district attorney would want to know. Do you guys agree with me on that? Like, hello? Okay. But she's confused. Okay. Okay. I know I just skipped a lot. And Doug should know this, or Hoover should have. They're experienced professionals. That's ridiculous. See, Sonia probably has them talking, and she's not good for business. And the reason why I'm saying that is because someone like her will talk you into making a mistake. You know how sometimes you're dealing with people at your job, or your kids are talking your ear off, and you just, like, I was starting this live and I set up my goal, and I sat up there and didn't notice, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get distracted. Okay. You get distracted. So she has them in a whirl spin. Okay. All right. So that's one thing. Sonia, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm okay. All of the emails to Hannah, Krail, Bamal Chopra, Sean, what was that guy's name? Thierry. He had a French name. The guy that wanted $500 to come down to the jail. She was talking to him on the phone. She was texting him. She was emailing him. She has reached out to multiple lawyers. If she reached out to anybody to help her with this brief, guess what? That's something else, right? So all of the emails to all of the lawyers, all of the text messages, all of the billing, yeah, can we see the billing? Can we see, were you reaching out to Bamal Chopra about Shirley's money? Can you please send whatever you have that is not your business, please, about somebody else's husband? Hello? If you were reaching out to other law firms and talking to them about not your money, not your husband, not your lawyer, can you please forward those over to the powers that be? Let me see what you guys are saying now. Thierry, right? Okay. We need to see all those emails. Okay. Let me drop the call in case somebody wants to call in. I'm feeling like it's a call in type of night. If you don't want to call in, it's cool. If no one calls in, we will just run some video in a little bit, but we'll go through this first, okay? The next thing, okay, so Sonia working with Doug to put Nesto before his time in street clothes, which is not permitted and prohibited. All of the emails to all of the lawyers about all of the things, the email correspondence to the banks when you were calling the bank, and they're calling you back and they're emailing you and you're emailing Overton Terry, thank you, or Overton Terry. Um, you're emailing the banks, you're emailing Metro PCS, all of those things. They're when they reached out to all of Nesto's service providers, they're getting things as it pertains to his account. They may not be providing those emails that Sonia was sending, soliciting those things. Were you representing yourself as his wife? Were you representing yourself as his niece? Were you representing yourself as a concerned friend? Did you say you were his sister, his mother, his social worker? Like who were you? Okay? Who were you? We have a caller, guys. Hey, Mocha.
Hey, Francoise. Hi, Bougie
Hi.
Gang.
Happy holidays, my dear.
Happy holidays to you as well. Really appreciate the laughs last night. That was more than I could stand. I was so glad every time you paused and let me gather myself because between you laughing and I think
I
eating
have
your
my own self
popcorn,
tickled.
you was eating your
Girl.
popcorn through it all. I was like,
You know what I was eating? I hate to say it because y'all, it's a holiday snack. You know that Philadelphia cream cheese no bake in the tub?
ooh,
It's like no
ooh,
bake cheesecake.
ooh,
And it's just kind of like they have it at Walmart, and it's no bake and it's in like a Cool Whip type tub.
yeah.
Girl, and some graham crackers, okay? You just
Mm.
take your graham cracker and put a little dollop on top of it. It tastes like eating a bite of cheesecake.
Okay. Oh, that
Oh my
sounds so
god, it's
good.
so good. Okay?
Yeah, but so like when I had made that comment yesterday about do you think Doug is in trouble, because I just remember from Sarah Boone's trial, she had to file a motion to be able to wear civilian clothes during her trial. I didn't think it was necessary for them to wear street clothes during hearings, and the fact that they were discussing on a phone call. How she got the clothes to him and all that other stuff, and how she's going to get it back. And then I was listening to Vic to the Veil earlier today. She was listening, running back the breakup call from March 11th, and she mentioned a burner phone. This girl is reckless, man. She's reckless, and I think that she she thought that she was slicker
Talking
than.
about her second phone number cuz
Mm-hmm.
she has her main number and she does have a second number. Now that's her burner phone. I don't know if he has a burner phone. I can't even begin to tell you. But she does have a second telephone.
Yeah, and I noticed that
Okay.
she'll tell people to call her on a nine something number or a 404 number. Like she goes back and
Yes.
forth with them about that.
The night
But
of the interview, when there
yes,
was the interview, the 2-hour interview with Sylvia, and they were having to run through a couple of phones, she
yes,
definitely said that on that night. Yes.
yes, and she has no idea because Miss Tasha K had over 2.1 million views in one night, and she said that there over 2 million views. Girl, it's more than 2 million.
It's 2 million views. I mean, I there's people in the midst, like there's people who are too overly concerned about those type of numbers, so I'm not going to really, not that it really says a whole lot about anything, but in the past year on this channel alone, I've had over 6 million views. So just imagine channels that are much bigger. um I'm sorry. Like she got to be kidding. So not that I'm any type of way. I don't expect Sonia to be able to look at the analytics. She can't see my analytics anyway, but I don't even expect her to sit and really be able to do the math.
Right.
But she thinks saying something like 2 million views is a lot. And I mean, it is a lot for maybe a video, but in the grand scheme of things, no, that's not a lot, but it's way actually more than that. It's a lot more.
Girl, this girl is she is so unsuspecting of what's coming, because like she thinks she could just say, "Oh, I got a hotel receipt," and everybody thinks it's a hotel receipt for her and Nesto. But remember, she had lost contact with Nesto and found him 5 weeks after he was arrested. So the hotel receipt was not hers. The
Well,
last
she
time she had
said,
saw him was in, remember, the last time she saw him was in May. She came to see him and he didn't come to see her or something like that.
well, remember we were listening to something this week and she said it's been almost a year since the last time. She said the 24th will make the 24th or the 20 something made a year. She saw him a week or two before he got arrested because it was last week and maybe it was the call that phone calls from prison put out,
Mm-hmm.
and she said it'll be a year. It was a year cuz the call I guess was in July, and she
Yeah,
said it was a year
that she had seen.
on the 20 something that she had had some dick,
Oh,
that she got some pipe.
oh my goodness, man! And I just
Okay,
got,
let's just it's Saturday night and we're grown.
we're
It was
grown.
the last time that she experienced some things.
Just wild. And I feel like the hotel receipt again, like you said, was when he and Shirley were at that 4th of July thing. And I thought they were living in a hotel at one point
I
before she
think that
went
because
to
they
go
were in
live.
between, because the whole thing at Bent Creek
Bent
happened.
Creek, yeah.
They ended up getting evicted, even though they should have been evicted on non-payment of rent and shenanigans of just wasting those people's time. I read the whole entire thing. Only reason why I didn't do it on YouTube is because it had a lot of personal information,
Hmm.
and I just seem to I get someone else could read that whole thing and it not be a problem for them. For me, it will be a privacy concern. So I didn't even bother, and I went ahead and it's on I think it's on my Patreon. Um I don't think it's in members. I'll look and see if it's in members and I'll bubble it up. But I think most of what I did on Bent Creek, because it did deal with some of those contracts, and there was some paycheck stubs and all kinds of things. I had all of that information over in Patreon. So um that was a trip, and they were in between residences, so I don't know if they were getting ready to secure a residence. Look, I know that they say they did not live at Pine Grove Road, and they very well may not have, but they were in between, and I would not be surprised if he had Erica secure that for him, and maybe Shirley went over there and was like, hell no, I don't want to be there. Like,
Right,
that's not where I would want to live, because not that Pine Grove Road was a bad location. It was actually a nice house, but it wasn't the more it didn't have the 12-foot ceilings. It
right,
wasn't ultra white. It didn't have the huge windows. It was not as modern as the home that they had just come from.
right, right, right. So, do you, I'm so looking forward to this hitting the docket. I mean, I know we were kind of premature listening to the 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 reading yesterday, girl.
Mhm.
I was the whole time. I was
Girl, that
like,
we have no legal ties.
this struggle, this struggle
We
was
have
so real.
Oh my god, the actual just reading of it. Oh my god, the
Quash,
struggle.
Quash was kicking her ass.
Girl, Janetta, I see you backstage. Janetta said the quash is kicking her
Her
ass. She could not say it. She kept wanting to say squash, and I loved it. I was like, squash works. That works.
squash works. I was
Girl,
like
take it
this,
easy. Don't have a
but
stroke on us, okay?
yeah,
It's
man.
fine.
I was like, girl, just give it
Do
up.
your best.
And you know what I was thinking? I was thinking maybe she had a copy, and maybe Slow Bunny did go ahead and file that, e file it, and we'll see
Mhm.
it on the docket probably coming Monday, hopefully. But what I am really looking forward to is Wooten's response. Well, not Wooten. I'm waiting for the response from the whomever for the subpoena. I'm waiting for that response. Her request
Yeah,
to see the quash.
the
The judge.
judge.
I'm
I
waiting
don't want
for
to
that.
say too much because
We're
they'll
not because we
never,
already saw
they
the
don't give us
error.
credit over here for the advice that's given. Well, not even advice, but the clues. And I think that they listen, and I don't know what they're helping themselves to, but I don't want to get, because, it's funny when a similar thing happened with YSL. Again, I don't want to say too much, but there was a situation when Glanville was still there
Hmm.
and some documents were being filed, and it kept getting pushed back, and finally, and these are some great lawyers, but
Right.
it was, maybe some people were doing some things they hadn't had to do before because maybe they hadn't dealt with this situation,
Hmm.
or just thinking, and they realized, like, oh, okay, and did something different with the same document, and then got the result that they needed.
Yeah.
So as soon as, I think Vicky said that last night
I
in a
know.
comment,
I saw it,
I
and
was
this is the
like,
no. We're not helping.
interesting.
I saw
Yeah,
that. That
I
was
was like,
it. Was
interesting.
funny. That was one of the first
Well,
things that
she
stood
won't
out.
know. She won't know, and the other one's just too dumb. I'm not putting any names to it, but neither
But
one of them are
mm-mm.
paying attention on that level. They're there. They were watching I mean, I was watching YSL for mess and drama too, but I catch some things.
Yeah,
Okay. And I doubt that they caught that, because that was a little bit more, that was something that, I don't think they caught that.
but we're not helping. None of
No.
2025.
Girl, bye.
We're not helping
Girl, bye.
because we're the
Mm-mm.
problem. We're the messy ones. We're the problem. So we're not helping none of 2025 with this shit, man. We are
Nothing.
not helping.
Absolutely nothing.
I just,
Just looking, pointing, and laughing. That's all I'm doing.
girl,
Discussing and kikiing.
that is
Looking,
it. That is
pointing,
all.
laughing, discussing, and kikiing. That's
I
it.
want to hear from Janette, so I'm gonna drop
Okay.
down. I'm gonna
Okay.
drop down, but I'm here in the bushes.
Okay.
All right,
All right,
bye.
hun. Take care. Happy holidays, babe. Janetta, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm just still choking up in laughter from was it no, I'm saying it the
Squash.
right way. Squash, yeah, squash. I'm like, oh my, that was
The
kicking
motion to
her
squash.
ass.
The
Oh,
motion to squash,
and
squash. Okay.
she mispronounced it in a different way, but I can't remember because I just
Girl.
know how to say it the right way. That's all I know.
When
But
she said, it's a motion to squash. It's a
the
motion to
squash, I think
quash.
she say squish too.
Quash.
Motion to squish.
Right.
Motion.
And she said, signed Sonia did them per se.
Oh, oh yeah, she can. Oh yeah,
Ah,
Pro say was kicking her ass too because she did say that was that was that
quash.
was rough.
It was quash.
Quash.
I'm
Oh,
like,
that's
where are
something.
you from? Turkey? Where are you from, man? What kind of accent do you have? I thought you were from like Brooklyn or something.
Yeah, her accent.
Jesus, where does this come from? Motion to quash.
Oh no, it's but I know you were saying not to help her with anything, but I don't think we could help her that she doesn't listen.
No, it's gonna come off as hate, but we don't want to give any clues or breadcrumbs. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? They probably might have called Kayla. Kayla is busy. I was always told not to call people like newlyweds. You know,
I
like you
well,
don't bother people who just got married.
I could see the most help I could see Kayla, or
Kayla
she had some
busy.
other she had some other lawyers she would get like sample documents from, so she probably got a sample motion to quash and she added all that other BS. So I think that's what happened. I don't think anyone like really helped her draft it. Because the first parts of it,
It
it
was
comes
all
down.
her. I think it was, if it reads the way that Sylvia read it, that was Sonia speaking.
Well, I don't think Sonya would be. Well, she did say she worked in a legal office, a attorney's office, but I don't know. No, outside of law school, I would have known to use the comms now, on defendants. I wouldn't know how to use that language outside of going to law school. So that's what I'm kind of thinking. Because let's just be honest, we don't reinvent the wheel. If I'm going to draft a divorce or a motion, I'm just going to take a motion I already have and I'm just going to modify it for the
Right.
particular case I'm
You have
working
kind of
on.
like a winning recipe, but yeah, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? If
Yeah,
you're
and
if
then
you
it
have a
saves.
template that gets you what you want and gets you the results that you need, then obviously you would make it into a template to not have to work harder. You would
Exactly.
kind of you create little automated processes within your process, right?
Yes, and since charge by the hour, it saves the client money too, because you don't have to
Right.
draft it all over, and charge them more money. So everyone does
Absolutely.
it. So I think someone just said, here's emotional quash, and then she added all the other BS because all that other stuff. We have no legal. I don't even know what that means. We have
But
no
you know
legal
what? Did it
ties.
become clear to you that she did not understand the ask of the document? I think it went over their head. I think they thought that the government actually was coming to them for discovery.
It's a difference between the scope. See, the
I
thing
know
they
there's
need
a
to understand.
difference.
Oh,
I
oh yeah, yeah,
I I
yeah.
know there's a difference, and
I know
they
you
should
know.
know that there's a difference.
They
I
don't.
mean, they Nesto has gotten all of his discovery. Why in the world would they be requesting anything from you? They already have it. They want what you have, which are
They
some
need to. Well,
examples that I
yeah.
have on the screen right now, right? These are some examples of things that they probably would want.
Well, they need to understand that this is for the grand jury. I think this what they're missing because yeah, both sides had a turn of discovery. I'm sure his defense team already turned over what they had, but this is she should really be concerned. She really needs a lawyer because the thing is, what's Sean Hoover? He could. I mean, it would be a conflict for him to really get involved in her, motion of quash. He could file if it's any evidence that he feels is going to be harmful to his client and he has a legitimate reason, he could file a motion to quash. But his best bet is to see what evidence they have against his client, and then he fights to keep it out of the proceedings. That's his best bet because he don't, it could be something that's not even really. They really could be doing this to indict people other than his client. I'll just put it like that.
Absolutely. I'm thinking, okay, this is a far-fetched thought, and I'm not saying that this is actual. So keep in mind, Sylvia is not an out-of-the-box thinker. So if someone's listening in the bushes and goes and runs and asks her this question, please make sure to say it right. Because at the end of the day, I'm not asking anyone to do that, but people will go and say things to her in a live stream to kind of throw her off sometimes, or just put something out there. At the end of the day, this whole thing could be that her name has come up one too many times in the grand jury. And the grand jury's like, well, who is this person? And how does she fit into this? Why do we keep hearing her name? Or has she been in contact with people she shouldn't have been in contact with? Have you been reaching out to Gail Bickham? Have you been reaching out to Ty the Jeweler? Have you been reaching out to Olivia Washington? Who are you reaching out to? If they want to know who you've been reaching out to during this time period, who have you been reaching out to? Are you bothering people? Have people said that you have been reaching out to them and now they're having to investigate you for bothering folk? Now, I'm not saying that she's doing that, so what I'm saying? I just want to be clear. But what I'm saying is she? Because why is what else? I don't think that she has anything to do with his RICOs as far as we know. But post his RICO time period, has she been actively bothering folk? Has she been a bugaboo in more ways than one?
That's my theory. That's what I honestly that's what I think this is all about. I can't think of anything else why she would get a grand jury subpoena. She could be a target. And she really could. They could both be her and her boyfriend. Because he could be giving the orders telling her who to call and they could charge him, allegedly. Just, my guess, I don't know for sure, but and also, they Google Bible ladies, they subpoena the Bible ladies Google records as well. So They could all be in this together for all we know. I can't think of any other reason for a grand jury subpoena. It's not the bank records, all the other crap she was talking about, phone records, because of course they can get those items themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So something that she has access to, everything out and outside of Global Tel Link, because of course they can get the Global Tel Link calls and
Yeah, it's
messages.
like, duh. Why are you telling them to go to Global Tel Link when that's their vendor? Of course girl, that's how they learned about you. That's how your ass got outed. Majeski outed you in his hearing. Of course he knows, they know all about Global Tel Link. If he hadn't mentioned it, I wouldn't have got in touch with phone calls from prison.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's how this
We
all
we all
started.
know about it. Come on now.
So to say, oh well, you can go find it yourself. I don't have anything. I think that
Oh,
they
she did
talked to
call
someone.
Melody Scretchen. So I wonder if Melody Scretchen, I mean, so she called Melody Scretchen.
Really?
I don't recall. Well, I don't remember. I
I
mean,
thought it
so
was
much
the
has
young
happened. I'm
lady.
be so honest, KK. It's a good thing that all of us remember, what we remember, because when we get into a collective like that, it's good for us to be able to like, oh yeah, remember that, or that was on the call when blase blah. If you know when that happened, bubble that up, and we can listen to it again. But yeah, so word is she called Melody. We know she's talked to Laverte. We know, remember when Nesto told her to call Laverte and tell Laverte to call the grandmother and to talk to so and tell her she was going to ruin her life. I mean, come on now. She needs to stop playing like she don't know what happened. See, the bad thing for Sonia is that there's thousands of us who have been listening to this shit, and she can't get away with pretending like she don't know, because we know, and if we know, she definitely should know.
Yeah, I mean it's tampering with evidence is a crime. You can't do that. So I think that they are targets. I do. And that's why she does need a lawyer, because she needs someone to advise her as to when she's turned over the implications, and then maybe she could get a deal. She can proffer and just snitch on everybody else. That's what her best bet is right there. But she definitely needs a lawyer. Now, whether or not they're not going to appoint her a lawyer like until she's actually facing the charges. So she's going to have to come out
Right
of
now she's
pocket
a
for it.
civilian. Yeah, she's on some outside interference. Janetta D Dub wants to know, can she end up being a material witness?
As far as tampering goes, what I mean, as far as this RICO case goes, is he told her something, which I'm not really sure, unless it's something that we don't know about. But as
Unless
far as
they're
whatever,
running the enterprise unbeknownst to us and she's running it, unless whatever he was doing prior to going into jail is still happening and she's running it, there would be no reason for her to be part of the RICO, but she could be working on her own case, just being a fucking nuisance.
I mean, they're meeting with the grand jury and they want documents from her. She should really be concerned. I mean,
Okay?
she
In
really
Fulton
could be a
County. Girl,
she
I
could
would be
really be a top.
packing. I would be on my way to Miami. I would be on my way back to I'd be like, I'm going back to old Miami.
I mean, me personally, if I got a subpoena from the grand jury, they wanted documents from me, and the way it was worded, I would feel as though that I could possibly be a target, and I would be concerned about my freedom. But
So,
yet, and still, she's, you know, filing motions to squash.
girl,
These
let me
motions
ask
being
you
filed.
this. Was it, I already know the answer to the question, but I would love for you to just reiterate, please. If you are if you're in some legal poo poo, and you know you've got to respond back to the senior superior court judge with some information, do you hand it over to your friend who can barely read, who's holding together a podcast by a prayer and damn $2 bills, and let her read prematurely your nincompoop brief and show the evidence that you are turning over to the grand jury prior to it even being uploaded to the docket, which is not what they asked you to do?
Well, she has a right to file a motion to quash, but as far as turning up, because the grand jury is supposed to be secret, so whatever documents presented, witnesses, the
Sylvia
public is
showed
not
it on
supposed
her
to know about.
channel. She showed the
So
Hilton receipt. She showed the email from the, she said, alleged victim, and she named the victim by saying the victim's initials. Okay. She said, I have an email from somebody initial this and initial that. Okay. If you go watch it, you'll hear it. But this isn't the first time she has outed this witness. Um, I a mess.
it's a
I don't
bad
think it was
idea.
probably, to your point, if the grand jury is secret, the grand jury is private, those text messages and receipts, in theory, it states on there where that information is supposed to go. And she's going to, I'm going to assume she's getting ready to upload it to the, she's going to upload it to the docket so everybody can have it. Because,
Well,
girl,
what
it's
she's
nothing but
doing
50
is
cents a page because you already know.
she's irritating them, which is going to make things worse for her.
Hmm.
So in the event she did get a lawyer and
She's
they were
she's going to, hun. She hasn't done it yet. Sylvia read, so okay, so Sonia got subpoenaed. So let me just get everyone caught up just in case they don't know. Janetta. Um, Sonia got subpoenaed in court on Wednesday, right? So she worked on a response to the court called a motion to quash, basically stating that she has no legal ties to Nesto, she has no fiduciary, there's no she has no accounts that they hold jointly, she's not managing his finances. She communicates him through jail communication systems, and she feels that they're trying to use this as a way to insert her into the case, which she's already inserted herself into his life. Um, and she said she had very little information to turn over. And she is filing it as a motion to quash, which would be uploaded to the docket. And that's not the instructions on the subpoena. The subpoena had very specific instructions for her what to do and then where to send it and by when. Now she wants to file a motion to quash. Does she need to? I would imagine it's probably ill advised to upload that evidence that she feels like, even if it's one piece of paper, if that's evidence, you do. I mean, let her do what she wants, but
I don't think it's a good idea to upload the evidence. She should just argue why the motion should be quashed. That's She should just leave it at that. All this other stuff, that's not the proper way to do it.
and that could just get her into more trouble, right?
It depends. Well, I don't know if they might decide to hold her into contempt. It just depends on, we don't know what they're gonna do, but I know she's irritating the hell out of them for sure. So if they find something on her, they're not going to be, because we're all human. I'm not saying that they're petty or anything like that, but if I worked in DA's office and someone was making my job more difficult and doing all this other stuff, talking all this crap, you think I'm going to work with them to, their lawyer to try to cut a deal? Because a lot of times, let's face it, a lot of these people, they're guilty. And so we have to, cut deals, and we have to charm the ADA. I wouldn't want Sonya as a client because they're not going to like her. So I'm
Right.
pretty
She
sure
talks
that,
too much.
yeah, they're not going to be as open to cutting her a deal. As a lot of times these things are worked out with deals. The lawyers work things behind the scenes, but they may come with something like harsher for her because of how she is. She does need to be taught a lesson. She needs to sit down somewhere and you know get some real help. That motion to quash was a disaster.
Mm.
She understands she's not a legal expert or whatever.
She
I
didn't
don't think
use any case law. She didn't really make solid points. And we know she's pro se, she's not a lawyer. No one's really expecting her to be able to cite case law, but she didn't really substantiate why, on what basis, other than I'm not legally tied to him. That may not be the reason why they called you. And she says, I have no ability, I have no accounts with him. Well, that's not the reason why they contacted you. And she says, I have no access to information you don't. That's not the reason why they contacted you. Like, she's not trying to see the bigger picture of why they have contacted her. She's just very basic in her thought process. And I'm not trying to be mean. That's just what it is. She's not thinking, she's not reading it very, with an open mind. She's reading it as they're trying to get me in this case. They're the bloggers. She's so mad. And it's like, you're going to be mad sitting in Rice Street and I'm going to still be at home in my house. You could be mad. Like, like I've said this a million times. You shouldn't even know my name. You shouldn't even know what's on my channel. I don't even know why you're over here.
I think Rice Street is a real possibility because I think the way she thinks following this motion is going to get her off the hook, and she's not going to show up to, deliver the document. She's going to ignore it. I filed my motion and I'm done. I kind of think that's a possibility. They're going to come and pick
Mm.
her up. I really do. I would not be surprised because they could set a hearing on that motion, or they just could out and out deny it. And I filed motions to quash on civil cases, but not the criminal cases. But my friend, she does more criminal work than I do, and she said that it's a waste of time. She said the state asked for something, you may as well go ahead and hand it over. So in other words, she to run them their papers that they want because she's not getting out of it. The best
And try
bet.
make an honest effort and just give them as much as you can put
That's
together.
the best
I'm
bet.
sure it's a huge undertaking, but she's refusing to understand. Her and Sylvia are thinking, why are they asking us for evidence? You're supposed to go to the custodian. Like, they're not seeing that. They're not asking you for discovery. They're not asking you for evidence. They want to know about your relationship with Nesto and your interference or participation in working with him on this case.
Yeah, the custodian thing was kicking their ass too because I mean think about it. When you be the custodian of your own records, that's just basically the person. I mean, yeah, they call it custodian because Google have a person assigned that's in charge of records, but aren't you? I mean, you really are. They're getting too caught up on words like that as well. So that's kicking their ass. They're getting distracted about stuff that's
But
really doesn't matter.
I think based on the explanation Sylvia gave yesterday, she thinks they want her to go get evidence. And I would think Sylvia, at least Miss Boots on the Ground, Miss I'm at the court every day, would know that that's not what they want. They don't need evidence from Sonia. They've got a whole entire case already prepared. They don't need Sonia to go run them some documents. The grand jury is trying to understand her role in working with, assisting, supporting, and working on behalf of a man named Ernest Williams. I don't see how she doesn't get it.
If even if they could get the me honestly me personally, even if they can get the global cell links whatever, if I have them, I'll give them everything I have. That's the best thing she could do for herself. And so and then she really needs her lawyer though to look out for
Mhm.
her own interests to make sure that if she's because I think she could be a target. But her best that would be her best bet, and then probably work out some kind of deal because she probably wouldn't be facing too much jail time anyway. Just go ahead and give them what they want because really, I don't
They
think
might
even if
just tell her to go on about her business and we need for you to stop interfering in this case.
I could be just go ahead and give them what they want. Don't irritate these folks. Like, don't poke the bear. And that's what she's doing. She's basically just saying, telling the pound saying like, what's that lawyer up there in New York that did this Diddy case? He like told the
Agnifilo?
no, no, not in Niflo. It's the black guy Tyrone Blackburn. He told one of the lawyers that contacted him about the case. He told him to pound sand. Tyrone Blackburn. He's the one that barely avoided some.
Oh, with the Lil Rodney or Lil
Yes,
Rod's
yes. He
case.
told
Okay.
those people to pound sand, but that's essentially what she's doing is telling them to pound sand. But she's not in a position to do that because she's a bird brain and she don't even know the proper
Mm.
arguments to make. And I honestly don't think like a licensed lawyer could stop this grand jury subpoena. I don't. Because like my friend, she does way more criminal work than I do, and she said that you just may as well give the state what they want. Now, when they subpoena the evidence, that's not the end of it. You still have room to argue that the evidence can't come in. Because that's what happened in my case. The judge granted them. She denied my motion to quash, but the evidence didn't come in because I objected, and I was able to keep it out. So it's like
Well,
you win the battle, you lose the battle, but you win the war type of situation with that. So
I mean, that's interesting because so if she called, so we know he asked her to call the daughter, the granddaughter, not the granddaughter, but the daughter through the grandmother. There has been some triangulating. There have been some call so and so, call this person. There was one time Sonia said, no, it's probably not a good idea to call that person, but then she called anyway. Um, Maybe they are going to speak to him about harassing, and also the fact that you wanted to be out on a bond but you were told to leave these people alone, and through a third party, which is clearly been stated to you on more than one occasion, you've been told to leave these people alone.
I've always felt in my gut instinct that it was something that's outside the phone calls that they were doing that, potentially bothering witnesses. I've been, had that feeling for a while.
She
And
might have
so,
called the daddy of the girl.
because he kept saying that he was a gangster and, that he felt like the dad would take his side. So I
It doesn't
believe that's,
matter. That doesn't matter. And see, even though she's part of the sexual assault case, it straddles over to the RICO case. That's one place where one thing does straddle over to the other, because the girl who was sexually assaulted, she was the one whose dad bought her the Nissan Altima from the teacher, Melody Scretchen, and Melody Scretchen reported her car stolen. And Nesto, even on a phone call, stated that her dad had paid for the car, but clearly he never gave Melody Scretchen the funds so that she would turn over title and adequately transfer over the vehicle, because she never got paid. And he said he did get paid for the car. See, what she didn't know is that car was paid for. Well, how would she know if you never gave her money? You're supposed to be brokering the sale, but you never gave her the money, and she ended up reporting it stolen. So even though the sexual assault is very separate, the young lady from the sexual assault comes into that through that vehicle.
that's true. And so, yeah, I believe that because that weird video that the Bible lady did, she talked about the mother and how this
Glorious,
late
hold on,
her
okay,
husband.
hun?
Oh,
I got someone behind the stage, but go ahead, finish your thought.
oh, there was the weird video that Sylvia did. She said that the mother, I mean, she was talking about the aunt or grandmother,
Hmm.
and she said she went to church with them. She was just basically kind of bashing the victim and saying that her family was, bad and all this other stuff. So I'm thinking some of that, they're doing, together, and maybe that's why they subpoenaed the Google records, so they can have
Google.
yeah, the authenticated
The
copy
Google.
of that video that she
The
did.
Google records.
Yeah, so she had the that video she did. So
Right.
I think that's what they, and then of course there was the video of Nisso's daughter, I believe, that was on the membership, the
Yeah, I
$500
never
membership.
saw that. I never saw it. I think some people saw it. Yeah, girl, Sylvia says Google. Google. They got my Google records.
Oh, I missed when she
Oh,
said
and yes,
that.
the stationery from the legal mail. Tell us, Glorious, one sec, okay, hun? Tell us about the legal mail gate, okay? Is it I think, did we talk about this the other day? Is it very much frowned on for her to steal a lawyer's stationery
I
and
don't see.
send tit pics to the jail under legal mail?
I've never heard of anyone doing that, but it sounds like it's going to be a violation of
Janetta,
the
where have you
jail.
been? You said you've never heard anyone doing that?
No, I mean, I don't personally know of anyone
Well,
that's done
no,
it.
neither do
No,
I, but
yeah,
it
but
seems like something Sonya would do.
well, she has the mental capacity of a 15-year-old, so
Mm.
yeah. But of course, that's going to be probably most likely that's contraband and it's against the jail rules. So yeah, she could potentially, as far as them getting indicted for it or anything like that, they could add some extra charges to whatever he had, like they did with. But that was different with Yak because he was actually stabbing people.
Girl,
But
he whipped that
he could,
man for a whole night.
yeah. But they say he should get out of jail. But whatever. But
I have no thoughts on that. Like, I don't even have a good thought. I'm a spectator. I have no feelings on it. I'm gonna be honest.
you better not because they will tear you up.
Girl, I'm
He
busy
could
over
be
here on
innocent.
Nesto. I pop over there every now and again. Y'all know. I keep up with the situation, but I'm not like into it. But I pop in just enough to give y'all an update maybe once a week, like what I know and the aspect of it that I want to cover. You know what I mean? You guys see what I cover. I like to cover the tea.
Yeah, but so I haven't really been paying too much attention to the whatever her legal mail situation. I think for me, I thought you were talking about how they went in the house and found the stamps and the legal documents they had, the notary seals and the court letterhead that they found.
No, I'm just talking about
Oh,
literally the legal mail that she has been sending through the US mail and putting on it legal mail so they
well,
won't inspect it. And she can get nudie pictures or have no one, they don't trust anybody, so they don't want anyone reading their correspondence. But they could have drugs in there. She could be sending him goody powders, she could be sending narcotics and
well,
putting legal mail on it.
yeah, the jail, they could turn it over and to the DA for a case. Also, the lawyer whose letterhead that was possibly stolen, may want to file a complaint too. But
And I'm
that.
not saying she did that, but that's the reasons why legal mail is supposed to be mail correspondence between you and a officer of the court, regarding your case, not your girlfriend or boyfriend sending it to try to get around the system of checks and balances.
Well, she's opening him up to more scrutiny because what they'll end up
Absolutely.
doing is what they call those. I forgot what they call those teams, but basically they have them to come in and take anything out that's potentially. It's a special
A
team that goes through
shakedown.
anything.
Yeah, the
Well,
shakedown
well,
teams
no,
or filter
they'll
teams.
filter. Yes, they'll go through anything that's potentially privileged, and they'll set it aside. Because they want to protect the privilege, the attorney-client privilege, or whatever privilege you may has, but without, but they still need to do an investigation. So
Like
even
what
with the
happened to
filters.
Dick.
Oh, and it happened to a couple other people too that's facing federal charges. They did a
Mm,
filter team and to look at things that were potentially privileged, and
got
then
it.
if whatever's not privileged, they'll turn it over, and it was whatever's privileged would stay with the lawyer. But yeah, those lawyers is facing criminal charges. They'll have a filter team come in, but so he'll still have people that's going through his stuff that really wouldn't have otherwise if she wouldn't have been out there with the legal mail BS. So
Right.
he's really not a help. But by the time he realizes, it's going to be way too late. But
Janetta, you got anything else for us? Because I got Glorious
we
holding,
got one.
hun.
Yeah, we got one thing really quick though. You were talking about the other day. You were talking about the motions to suppress that Big Hoover filed.
Mm-hmm.
I question. Okay, so he filed the motion to suppress on the home. Wasn't that Erica's home
Not the
that they put
home.
it?
No, 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 no. It was on the
Okay,
vehicle. The
I
motion
know.
to suppress was on the vehicle search.
But
That was it.
at the last minute, he did come in and try to at the house, but they want to entertain it because
Well,
he was getting
he's
safe.
calling that fruit of the poisonous tree. He's saying everything that yielded from the search of the vehicle. He's trying to link the search of the vehicle to them having interest in Pine Grove Road, but there was interest in Pine Grove Road prior, but
I
he
agree.
is linking it to it. Um, because if you hadn't made the vehicle stop, then they wouldn't have had certain documents to have made them want to go to Pine Grove Road. But the narrative from the police officers is that there was already smoke there and they were already into those addresses due to the complaints from the landlords.
And see, there's an exception to the fruit of the poisonous tree. If they would have discovered it anyway, then it still comes in. So I agree. I agree with you on that. But there's enough room to argue on both sides. But as far as I question whether or not that he even had the standing to, which I had to go back and listen to that because I thought he was trying to challenge the search warrant executed on Erica's house, because I don't see why he would have the standing. That wasn't his house. He wasn't even on the lease. So I had to go back and listen. But I know he was saying everything in the car. I mean, the car, which I think the car, some of the evidence is in trouble. But as far as this particular RICO case is already indicted, I think it's my opinion it is going forward. It may go
Mm.
forward. I think so, because they were on the path to discovery. They already had warrants for the Gail, was it Gail Big, not Gail Bickham, the lady with the selling the Mary Kay.
Regina
They are
Delaney, Olivia, the two motorcycle people. There
exactly.
was a search warrant potentially from the judge who was concerned that somebody was impersonating a lawyer on the Zoom call for the dispossessory. That happened outside of the truck search.
And the truck
Um,
search didn't lead to those things either.
I
So
really don't think
yeah.
so. I don't think, I think there's more to it. Because there were some other sidebar things also happening. But Janetta, if you want me to
Okay.
pull you down and just hold on, but let me bring Glorious up and
Oh,
let
sure.
me
Go ahead.
so yeah, if you want to stand down, just give me just a minute, okay?
Sure.
All right.
I'm going to be a
Hey
second.
Glorious.
Hey, I'm just
Hey.
going to be. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm
How
going
are
to be
you?
good. I'm doing good. Fran, how are you?
Good.
Uh,
You want me to pull you back later? You want me to pull you
oh
back
no
in a
no
few
no
minutes?
no. I'm
Okay.
here. I'm just going to be here a second because I was listening, actually
Oh yeah,
listening
no, you're
to
good. Tell us what's on your
Janetta,
mind.
a real attorney, and I play
Mhm.
one in my head. So,
Okay,
but
me
she's
too.
real, and
On these YouTube screens.
there you go. But her perspective, I really do appreciate it, and I agree with both of you with what you were saying. But I have another thought,
Hmm.
that's, because I just get in my mind like this. I have another thought. I think that by this grand jury being a separate grand jury, a judge and all, I my opinion is that they're
Hmm.
targeting Sonia.
Okay.
I think that they are trying to build a case against her. That's my opinion.
Why? Like for what?
Um, because of all of the things that she has, well, allegedly been doing in the background, and her connection. I really do. I kind of believe that they want to pull her into this.
Okay, and I hear you, but what would it hinge on? Like what has she done? What, which we've
Um,
speculated lots of things, like the
uh,
phone calls, the
tampering,
tampering, all of those things, but is
yeah, tampering and um, not destruction, corruption.
okay. So her
I
calling out Fulton County corruption
no,
or
just operating in the background, corrupting, potentially
oh,
corrupting a
corrupting the
case.
process so she
Yeah,
could
in the
be
process.
sabotaging
Yeah.
the county's case
Mm-hmm.
by her
Mm-hmm.
lies and distractions and all of the
And
things.
interference.
It's the
Um.
asking for a gag order but giving your motion to squash
Mm-hmm.
to the blogger before you even post it.
Yes.
So just weird shit. Okay.
Yeah. Just all
All
in,
of the weird shit she
and
does.
communicate
Someone's saying PPP
for
loan, Georgia Peach. Maybe she's being investigated for her PPP loan.
maybe.
Girl,
Maybe. I think my opinion is that she's picked the wrong place to do this, to do
she
what
better
she's
leave them
doing.
people alone.
Yes, she's picked the wrong place to do this, and I think that I agree with. I think Janetta said, and I think you said it also, that she needs an attorney. I mean, I really
Yeah.
do believe this, and I'm not trying to give her no advice
Once it said
at
20
all.
days in jail, girl, after I woke up from fainting, I would have my credit card out and be
Yes,
setting up I'd be like, now how much do I need for my retainer? Because I cannot. No.
and to not take it seriously.
Mhm.
I'm not understand. To me, I get the impression, maybe she is, but I get the impression that she's not taking this seriously and just trying and being flippant, by even the response. I mean, this is not fun. This is not no fun and games thing. And if I were her, I would be cutting ties with people at this point. I would be cutting ties. There would be no more socializing and communicating with Bible lady or him, I would be completely in the background.
Yeah. Keeping it
Completely in the
cute and like
background.
off the grid.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not gone, but I'm not gonna be, we have to kind of let things cool down a little bit.
Yeah.
I would have walked up in there on like some Dominique Devereaux, like by tomorrow, and just be
Right.
like, um, I will still be supporting and I'll still be here for you, but I got to kind of take it easy
I,
for a minute.
I don't
Okay.
get I don't get why she wouldn't
I
think
wouldn't
that
even
they
be
would
there
that
5 minutes. I
me
would go
either.
for my visit tomorrow and be there about 2.5
What's the
minutes.
guy? What's the guy that kept visiting him, not saying nothing? We visited him a couple times and just
Daryl.
left. Yes.
He went
I
two times and we hadn't seen that brother since.
thank you. And they had nothing to say.
And
Hardly
I give
anything to.
him a standing ovation.
There you go. You got to know when to exit. You got to know when to exit a room. You got to know what you have to be able to read the room. And I think that this is where she's definitely where she's failing.
It's like
She didn't
that
read the
song by
room.
Rihanna. You put on quite a show. It's very entertaining, but it's over
Yeah, it's
now.
over. It's
Go
over.
on and take a bow. Ah,
It just and learn how to leave the room like a
girl,
lady. Learn how to turn
learn
and
how to
leave
leave
like
the
a
room like a
eh,
lady.
please. I'm not
Don't be
understanding what.
Karen Huber. Don't be the grand dame on these streets, okay? You say Karen's my girl, but
She my girl though. But oh
Karen,
my
she's my
God.
girl now too. Girl, she was hilarious. She's like, "What's your point?
She said
What's your point,
when she's I
ma'am? Can
almost
I have your ID?
died
No,
when
no,
she was said she was what she said Jefferson's concubine. I said, girl.
girl, Karen, shut up, girl. Karen was funny, but yeah, look,
No,
I hope I'm gonna be honest. If she posts that brief or whatever you want to call it, her motion to quash to the
they're not
docket with
timely.
that paperwork, baby, I'm just gonna be just waiting.
I hope
I'll
not.
be just waiting to see what happens.
I hope not. I'm hoping that that was just an opportunity for a Bible lady to just get some views, and she just took it from her, and
Okay, some
and just decided she
clickbait.
was. Please, it had to be because it's I don't like the woman. I'm not going to. I don't like, but I don't want to see anybody not see what's coming. Basically, that's what I'm talking about. I'm just that I have a heart like that. I don't want to have anybody not see what's coming. In my opinion, I think that they're coming for her. She done messed around and found out.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
my opinion. That is my opinion. Cause
She ran
why?
Fonny's name one too many
One
times,
too many times. She the wrong one. This
and
is
then
the
you want to go
wrong
over there and
place.
hang out with the Williams.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to go hang out with the Cleveland Avenue Williams,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and for what? Nobody told you to go around there.
Mm-mm.
And you want to keep talking about, oh, why they always want to do a RICO? Why they always want to do a RICO? Well,
Yep. All on TV, all up in the videos. All up in the videos. I don't understand it. But so that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to call up and say that I was agreeing with y'all, and that it was good to hear a perspective from a real attorney as well.
absolutely.
Yeah, I think she needs to sit down. I think she needs to sit down and stop it. Stop talking. Stop being around. She needs to stay away from her friend too.
I mean, I'm sure because Pam read the document when it came out. Uh I don't know, was it Thursday? No. Was it Thursday? Pam read the document as well. I'm quite sure. I mean, I think from an attorney perspective, which I'm not, but I'm just going to say,
Hmm.
most attorneys are going to say you need to at least contact an attorney when
Attorney
you get a subpoena from a grand jury. Like, I would
every
just
time.
imagine most attorneys are going to say, make, just invest the coin in at least having a
Yes.
conversation to be well directed, even if you can't really afford, you can't
Right.
find your way to, at least just make sure you're on the right path or
Right.
figure it out. Damn, get on a payment plan. I don't really know. So I'm
Something.
quite
This is the
sure.
time.
I haven't
This
heard
is
her talk about it yet, but I'm assuming I would assume that there would be some very similar advice in terms of
right.
the seriousness of this nature. But
And it is
these two
serious.
ladies are clowns, so
But
it's
I
almost
mean, but
hard to
wouldn't
take
you?
it seriously.
I don't, but this is what I don't understand. You're right. It has to be that because I don't understand that because that would have been my automatic. I mean, wouldn't it have been your automatic assumption? Oh, okay. Oh,
I
this
mean,
is
I'm like,
serious.
they need a
They're
lawyer.
coming
Like,
for
you
me.
need, ma'am, it's time to call a lawyer. Like, that's
Yeah.
like I said, unless I felt very good about what they asked for. See, these women are not, and I'm not trying to make it seem like corporate America is definitely a beast. When I read that
Mhm.
document, not that this has anything to do with corporate America, but when you are asked for
You're right.
something by
Hmm.
your superiors, you need to read what the ask and understand
Yeah.
what the
It.
request is.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it seems very broad, and that's because it is, but you need to
Purposely,
start to chip
purposely
away
broad.
at
Hmm.
at what and kind of get into what they are asking for, not what you're feeling and not what you're thinking.
Right.
You need to read and answer the question, what do they want from me?
Yes.
And if she has been tuning in the bushes, then she's already been assisted on that matter, because we've given her many avenues to venture to start to pull data and receipts that she can
Right.
turn over and save herself. But she will think it's on some hateration,
Yes.
and she will take her ass straight to Rice Street for 20 damn days.
And I'll be
And that's going to
defiant,
be her
but
own fault.
and I'll be defiant. It was the broadness of the request that really made me that really caused me pause. Really
Yeah,
made me
they're
think.
they're not putting any
Right.
parameters on
They're
the
because they're
show a good faith
purposely.
effort and send 50. I'm sure you got 50 pages of something out here.
Mm-hmm.
You've
Mm-hmm.
been talking to this man for 2.5 years, and he has had you playing secretary since day one. So
Yep.
since day one, he's had you being his lover and his secretary. You better figure
Mm-hmm.
out what that man has had you sending emails for, even
Right.
if it was asking what the balance was. The voluminous amounts of emails that she sent Crail Lewis are
Yes.
things that she could send. So she's over here talking about, well, I can't get things you can get. You can call AT&T, you can blah, blah, blah. So you want them to go ahead and go in your email, subpoena your emails,
Yes.
and just run
Which
through all
which
that,
they can do. Yeah.
which they may already be
Yes.
doing, but
Mm-hmm.
they gave her an opportunity
Right.
to send it first. But now you're going to open up, and so all your
Mm-hmm.
brother's boosting efforts in Cleveland, you need all
Mm-hmm.
your damn wretched ass family exposed through your email. You done
Mm-hmm.
told us that your brother boosts counterfeit bags,
Right.
or steals bags and resells them. You were
Right.
talking about this woman has talked about any number of things, making fake W-2s so
She's
she could buy a
yeah.
home, doing things that are licensed and need to have city permits, and doing things after 5 o'clock. I mean, damn, Sonia, like, you have told us so much.
And I think by the
You really want
broadness
them
of
in
their
your
request,
email?
yeah, I know, and I think it was on purpose. I think in my opinion, I think it was purposeful by the broadness of her request, letting them know we're not playing with you. We we've been. This is where my interpretation. We're not playing with you. We see you. We know what you've been doing, and this is how we're going to come for you. We want all of it. We want all of
Well,
it,
so
and not going to
someone's
give you
saying
any
that,
direction
how is
on it.
that relevant to the case? It's so my point was, in my full sentence was, they're at. So why is it not relevant that she's emailing a lawyer? If she's emailing Crail Lewis, if she was emailing Bimal Chopra, if she was emailing Hannah, why is that relevant to his case? It depends on what her ask has been of them. It may depend on her, maybe some of his complaints. We don't know what Nesto has done. Maybe Nesto has filed grievances with Fulton County. Maybe he's attached himself to a grievance and maybe they're researching it. Maybe we don't really know. We don't know what they want to know, but it could be some information that could support a grievance. It could be something to support any number of things. We don't know what the grand jury is convening for. So to your point, how is that relevant to the case? It's a grand jury. So we don't really know if it's directly regarding the RICO. Is it regarding maybe interference in the RICO? Is it revolving around something else that could have happened that we don't know about and that she is playing secretary for him while he's in? We don't know what this legal mail is. There are plenty of people who send contraband into jails every day.
That's right.
And she has deliberately been sending mail under other attorneys' stationery and saying it's legal and privileged.
Yeah, they want to know that too.
Absolutely. There could be any number of he willfully uses other people's pins. That's something that's against the rules, but that's something that kind of they just know it's happening and they just turn a blind, I don't want to say they turn a blind eye to it, but keep in mind you might be using someone else's pin, but I'm gonna say it like this: you're still calling the same phone number. Hello? Just because Earnest isn't on his phone and he's using someone else's pin, he's still calling the same number. It's not even that. You still calling Sonia.
Yeah.
So if I'm in jail and I'm calling Glorious, but I'm using Janetta's pin and they do a search for Glorious's phone number, they'll just see, oh, there's 3 numbers in the house all calling Glorious. Do they all know Glorious? Maybe not. Let's check the phone calls. Oh, Earnest is using Boo Boo's pin. He using Fran's pin and using Janetta's pin, and here's Glorious's number showing up. Right. If you guys, there's a girl on TikTok. It's from CO to felon. There was a girl, she was a corrections officer. She got involved with a guy in her pod, and she was a corrections officer. Girl, by the time she was fired, she said they had like 2 inches thick of paperwork on her. They had all the text messages. He was using other pins, but they had cross-referenced with the IP addresses, with different phone numbers. They were like, why is he calling your phone number? Like she couldn't get around it. They had the text messages, they had the IPs, they had the phone numbers, even though they were calling the number a different number, like her Google phone number from a different pin. It's the same IP. So they tracked her through the IP. You don't know what analyst. Didn't we talk about this one time? You don't want to show up on those anomaly reports. There are people who are running. Global Tel Link is a business. So they offer, not only do they offer a service to their clients, which is phone, text, tablets, visits, they offer them probably some opportunities to help them police their population. And probably through that, they may offer them anomaly reports. What's an anomaly? An anomaly is maybe a phone number that shows up consistently with one pin and now all of a sudden is showing up with other pins. And they may identify that phone number and that IP address. Either this person is talking to multiple prisoners. Why? Because most people aren't going to know multiple prisoners. And then is somebody using other pins to hide phone calls? That's probably a very easy report to run. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. So Global Tel Link could be offering them all kinds of reporting
Right.
to help them better manage their population and to give them data and information that they may not have access to because they're busy trying to serve dinners, hand out medicine, break up fights, get people in the shower. So through the analytics of their day-to-day, which is phones, video visits, and tablets, they're able to get some additional insights as to what the prisoners are doing. And Sonia could have ended up in some shit. Maybe she's using, maybe there's some issues with some credit cards. I don't know her, and I'm not going to
Right.
begin to
Right.
be able to, I'm not trying to put anything off on her. I don't know her, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe there's a question about some cards. Who
Yeah,
knows?
it could have been anything. That's why I'm reading the comment. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at like the comment where the person's asking how is that relevant to the case. Okay, well you
I
just explained
mean,
all of that. You just
yeah, there could be any number of things. We don't know. That's the
right,
point of this conversation. We
right,
don't know. We're just talking.
right, right,
That's the
exactly.
short answer. The
Yeah,
long answer was the one right before.
yeah, exactly, exactly. We don't know. We don't know. But no, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, and you're a little bit more versed in this law thing than I am. I'm not a lawyer, like you said. And you're not. But but usually when they have a grand jury, it's because they are considering charging a case. Correct? Charging. Is that correct?
Let's ask Janetta.
I'm sorry.
Grand juries are convened maybe to even determine, is there a case? They may
Yes.
feel like something has happened. There may be something nefarious. There may have been a criminal. There may be some illegal something going on, and they are going to review it to see if there's a case. But let's ask Janetta. Janetta,
Yes.
tell us what the reason is for a grand jury. What would be a reason why they're presenting information to a grand jury?
So they can indict. You
Oops.
remember, yeah, so they can
Okay.
indict someone. They're looking to indict someone. I don't think they're gonna waste their time. I'm not sure if I told you this, but
Wow.
But
I actually got a chance to, even though it's secret, when I was an intern years ago, they actually let me attend a grand jury. And basically, how it went was they told the grand jury who they wanted to indict, and then
Oops.
they would actually say, well, this person shot this person based off X, Y, and Z, and we don't think they should be indicted. That's pretty much, there's no defense attorneys there. They pretty much tell them who they should indict. They had them some nice hot Krispy Kreme donuts and coffee for them and everything. It was real nice.
but something criminal had to have happened. There's
Yes.
something had to have happened, some sort of behavior, some sort of incident, and they're presenting the scope and scale.
Well, yeah, they have witnesses to come in, usually police officers or, just people who, it's one sided. So they'll have people come in, they'll present evidence like the documents they subpoenaed from her. That's because they want to present those to a grand jury.
So
So
I
there's,
wonder
Wow.
and we all don't know why, right? That's the big question, why. We've speculated, we've thrown some things out there that we've heard in the calls that could be, they could come up with something that we're like, oh shit, I didn't know that,
I
you
think it's
know?
going to be something we never heard of that we don't
You
know
think
about.
so?
I,
Wow.
I think so.
You think
But
it's gonna
they,
be on some, oh shit.
But they want those documents, whatever she has, they want them for the grand juries for them
Mm.
to present to the grand jury. They're gonna present them as evidence, whatever it is that they. Well, I know whatever it is they think that she has, but I believe someone is taught to them. So they were
Yeah.
told that they just pull her name out of the hat. Someone's taught them, and they saw her. Someone figured that she had some information, and they want it for the grand jury.
Mm.
They're looking to indict someone.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because
Yeah, you're
you
right.
don't call. Well, then that it would lend to the fact that she probably needs to talk to an attorney.
She may have talked to one and
Yeah.
they said, hey, file the motion to quash.
Okay.
And she decided to sit down at her computer and she typed out what she thought was right, where she went wrong, even if she didn't do her assignment perfectly. Where she went wrong was handing it over to the notorious one and have her read it and show all the evidence on a live stream. Period. Because really, that's her friend. Like, they have a relationship. If and also, it's the two things I would say is, number one, it's not posted yet to the actual. It hasn't become part of the record. And also, the second thing is that is your friend who is also intimately involved and who you have used for a bullhorn or as almost like a bully pulpit to spread Nesto's message and to also try to shame people who follow his case and create a narrative that everything is negative. I don't get on here every day talking about Nesto needs to go to prison. Oh my God. Some people might have that opinion, and that's fine. She is out here running a narrative that everybody is trying to run some guilty narrative. The majority of the people are not running a guilty narrative, whether they have an opinion regarding his guilt or innocence or not. I think at the end of the day, he's going to be found guilty or innocent. That's the way I look at it. I feel like where there's smoke, there's fire, and I feel like he's done a lot to be able to deserve to be where he's at this moment. But I'm not the judge or the jury. We just sit back and key about all the nonsense he's done. That's pretty much it to me.
Yeah, I'm seeing the comments that people are saying that the Wooten knows that she has evidence, but correct me if I'm wrong. This is a separate case and a separate judge, though, right?
Well, they
Central
cited
District
the
type.
RICO. So on the document, it mentions the RICO, but it also has a separate DA case. When you look at Sylvia's DA subpoena, that is a different case from 2021. But I don't know. You can't look up the DA cases. Thank you to Tony. Did you just drop? Oh, you just dropped 5 more gifts. Thank you so much, hon. Thank you for that. I'll click on them. Let me just see who just got a membership. Is it Ale? Ale? Sunshine City. They call me Tam. Who's that 504? And was that everybody? Okay, Dr. Charles got a membership. Okay, Dr. Charles. Ale, Sunshine, they call me Tam, and Who Dat 504. You all just got gifted. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for doing that, Tony. Let me drop some coins on you. So yeah,
I'm going to drop down though,
okay.
but thank you for that. Thank you. Thanks for calling me up, and thanks for your
Absolutely.
info, Janetta.
Oh, I enjoyed you as well. I enjoyed what's the reference to what was it? Suge Knight. All in the videos that was I cracked
Yeah,
up. I cracked up. It was
yeah,
so funny.
yep. And I'll never forget it. And and you know what? The funny thing about it is that that's always not a good idea. It didn't work out in the long run. Didn't work out for anybody. Being all up in the videos. So yeah.
I mean, and yeah, no, you're absolutely right. But if she had minded her own business and focused on their relationship and what she has going on as a woman, a mother, moving to, like, you know what I'm saying? There were so many, she did not have to get on this box or the phone every time and talk and talk and talk about the media and the government and the prosecutors. She didn't have to be so bitter and defiant about a case that's not even hers. And now look, the man's going to be, they have a placeholder on there in June. He's going to be sitting there for damn 3 years. And partially some of it is her fault. I mean, he got himself there, period, but she's not helping.
All right, y'all. I'm dropping down.
All right, Glorious. Take care. Have a Merry Christmas, hon.
You too.
Okay, take care. All right, bye-bye.
I was disappointed the trial was going to take so long, but this little sideshow is really. I think this is going to be more interesting to see what comes out of this grand jury situation.
I wonder. I wonder. I don't know. I don't know what the grand jury thing is going to be about, but like she says she has no legal ties. She doesn't have accounts with him. She has no ability to access information. She only communicates with him on their systems, and she thinks that they're trying to basically loop her into this. So she's basically accusing them of setting her up or what. I don't know if it's a setup, but she says that she's accusing them of using this to put her into the case.
I don't think those arguments are going to work, but she'll find that out because that mean it's not gonna work. She need to get a lawyer for real. But I guess I didn't understand that she has no legal ties to him. Is that she's trying to say she's not his wife? Is that the legal ties she's talking
I
about?
guess so.
I was
Like,
confused.
well, so they're saying we want any and all communications. So I guess yeah, I mean, she has no legal tie. Why would she feel like she needs to say she has no legal ties to him? Yeah, but
I
you've been representing, so maybe because they're saying, um, you know, any communication regarding Ernest Williams or anything on his behalf, turn that over. And she has been, Janetta, I just muted you for just a second because we're getting feedback. Um, I guess I don't know. I mean, they're asking for any and all communications regarding Ernest Williams or on his behalf. So she didn't seem to understand what that meant. Let me take you off mute. Go ahead.
I think that she and the Bible lady got together and they added that she's probably next to her when she's writing it. Yeah, tell them you don't have any legal ties. Yeah, they were just putting all this stupid. It took two stupid brains to come up with this. I'm convinced of it. They wrote this together.
I
I,
don't understand when she said they don't normally reach out to people on the defense side for this type of information. They go to the custodians. And I'm thinking to myself, does Sylvia actually think they are reaching out to Sonia for discovery evidence? No, she's under investigation. Yes, it has to do with Nesto, but they want to know about her, what her involvement is. This is about her and Nesto.
but they'll get information from anywhere they can get it if it's gonna help their case, if it's something that's
Well,
relevant to their
no,
case.
I
So
get
that's stupid.
what I'm saying is
I
the
was talking about
purpose
her.
of the subpoena is for her. Like,
I believe
Sonia,
it.
this
I
is
believe it
finally
is.
about you and your involvement with him. That's why they're asking you for only what you can get. They don't need Nesto's calls. They've got that. They want to know what calls you've made on his behalf. Who have you been calling? Who have you been emailing? Who have you been texting for him about him? And the correspondence you've received regarding him. All of your hard secretary pick me work.
My gut instincts telling me that.
Oops, I'm sorry. Wait, repeat what you said, hun.
Oh, my gut instinct is telling me that she is a target. And that's why I just keep saying, oh, she really needs a lawyer. I just keep, I think she's a target for sure. I think they are investigating
But
her.
when you
I
say a
do.
target, absolutely, I agree with you. But why are so target? Do you think she made herself a target, or do you think she
Well, that's just,
became a target?
I'm not sure. Is she, what? I
Did
think
she
she's
do
real
something to become
interested.
a target, or did she annoy people to become, like, when you're saying she's a target, like, explain, did she piss off the wrong person or did she do the wrong thing?
I think it's based off of something that we don't know, something outside of GTL, something outside of these calls. I honestly think she's been hassling witnesses and victims. That's my opinion. I have no way of proving it, but that's the only way I can just see in my mind that she would be a target of a criminal investigation. she has to do something criminal. Now, irritating the ADA and all that's not against the law. I mean, I'm pretty sure plenty of people have irritated them. They couldn't do anything to them. But she did something criminal. She broke the law some kind of way, and she became a target or a focus of a grand jury investigation.
She's
So,
done something enough to straddle the fence, or maybe jumped over the wrong side of the fence, and they've got one too many complaints. Maybe there's one too many people who have been calling to complain on her, and now is baby, it's your time. We need to figure out what's going on.
it's something that we don't know because all the things that we know, yes, she's a pain in the butt. She says a bunch of stupid stuff, but I just can't put my finger on anything that she did that was illegal. The only thing that kind of gets closer to GTO calls was when he was saying, call this person, call, and those were witnesses. And then she did say, oh, you can't contact witnesses, but that don't mean that she didn't do it. She just don't want to talk about it in the phone calls because she knew that they were going hard using those phone calls against him, especially Majeski. They were using those calls, so she knew not to say, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna call." But she actually no, she did call Laverte.
She called
So
Laverte, and he asked her to call Laverte and tell her to call the mother or the grandmother and tell her to tell the little one she's getting ready to ruin her life.
yep, yeah, that's true. And Laverte may want to chill out too if she's I believe she because I think Sonya and Laverte communicate with one another. So I think that they would be interested in what they talked about for sure. So they're interested in her communication, which she did on his behalf. And if she didn't do anything she didn't think illegal on his behalf, then why would they care? They have enough to worry
Exactly.
about.
There's something in her correspondence and communications that they are interested in hearing about, or it either something there's something in there obviously, but it's a either a who or it's a what. So it's who she's talking to that is concerning, and what she's talking about is concerning, and they want to know about all of it.
And maybe
Let
they
me see
kind
if
of
I got it
got
on my
tipped.
deck.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Oh, I was thinking maybe they got tipped off like we did from that phone call when he said call Laverte, and maybe they just started, and then maybe the police call Laverte to see what they talked about, and then the investigation probably led them down that road of okay, we want to know, give us what your documents, all your communications, anything you did on the behalf of Nesso Williams, so yeah, I think that yeah,
I
she's
mean,
a
I
good
think
lawyer.
that they gave it to her at the courthouse. I guess they were just like, "Oh yeah, he's got a court date on Wednesday. We just hand deliver it to her." Well,
That's
damn.
they knew she was gonna be there because she had
They
been
knew
pretty
she was gonna be there.
yeah, that's the easiest way to serve
They
someone.
already knew she was gonna be there.
Or
So,
get them arrested is coming to the courthouse.
but I'm saying they could have gave it to her at her apartment. I mean, obviously that's the easiest. I'm just saying, like, I think that makes a message too. You're sitting there in the courtroom and they hand you the paper.
It's
You are
harder to
hereby commanded that, laying all other business aside, you be and appear at Fulton County Grand Jury.
it's easier at the courthouse than at someone's apartment because she just may not even answer the door. So that's just you just get the
I
low
just
hanging
think
fruit. Yeah.
it's spooky. Like, it's almost like, ooh, like, well, damn, what if I hadn't came here today? If they hadn't gone there, then they would have found her somewhere else.
Yeah.
I think it just sent, I mean, look, they weren't standing outside. It wasn't in the hallway. It was sitting next to Infamous. There you go, waiting for the court trial to start. I don't know. I feel like I'm not saying they were wrong. They did what they needed to do. I mean, they absolutely did what they needed to do. And I love that for her. But at the end of the day, it is kind of, let me put you on mute because I don't know why there's something in your phone that gives, yeah. There's something in your phone that gives that feedback. It's not me. It's Janetta's phone. Um, Anyway, it's weird. Janetta, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying that that's just the easiest way. She's very blessed that she didn't get what the fate that her friend got. She didn't get tapped on the shoulder and escorted to jail. So she just has to well, eventually she'll go to jail if she continues down this road, because she
Mm.
needs to get a lawyer, get serious about responding to their requests. And she might need to
Hold
work
on
out
one
some kind of
second,
deal.
Janetta.
Sure.
You g- okay? Yes, you're on mute. Are you still hearing feedback now, guys? The feedback comes from Janetta's phone. When she comes off mute, for some reason, it blows out. Are you guys still hearing feedback? Yes or no? No. Okay. Um, Janetta, give me a minute. Let me pull PW up here real quick. And hey PW, or Janetta, stay on hold, hun. PW, hey, how are you? Happy holidays.
I'm good. How are you, Bougie?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm good. Well, I called in concerning the topic of the evening, and um,
Wait, let me
I
give
think
you this. Let me give you that.
oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I miss that home. Um, shoot, we should have did it for the subpoena. Sonya got a subpoena. Get the horn. Haha. Yes.
She deserves it. I mean, look, she earned that.
Yes.
She
She worked.
earned it. That's what she wanted. So let her have it. She wanted that. She's been working overtime for that. Chin up, Sonia.
I tell you, that's a job. It's hard. Like she really should pat herself on the back for that. It's not. That's not an easy thing to do.
Get
Oh,
herself recognized to that point. Absolutely. So what do you
yes,
think
yes.
about? Do you have any thoughts on the matter?
I do. And actually, I had another theory, but it just came to me listening to y'all's conversation because I was driving. So, but I'm home now. Um, I think that it's an easy way.
I think you went out, hun. PW?
Oh, I know what happened.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I, okay, yeah. I said I'm home now. I was driving, but it connected to my Wi-Fi. But
Mm.
I think what happened is
Okay, we'll give PW a minute to get herself situated. Let me see what you guys are saying. Am I caught up? You guys have
yeah, probably.
dropping. Okay, PW back.
I think I'm
Uh,
here. You hear me?
okay, we hear you. Yes, hun.
Okay.
Okay, everything cut out. So from just tell us your thought. Okay, PW, we can't hear you, hun. Maybe you should drop down. I'm gonna drop you down. Reconnect, okay? Drop down and reconnect, okay, babe? Then maybe it'll connect again. Because we can't hear you at all. Okay, let's go. Okay. PW, call back in, hun. Okay. Friend, you have feedback. Okay. Thank you, S Dimples. Thank you, all of you guys, all your member milestones. I appreciate y'all so much. It's civil, y'all. Okay. She's gonna be right next to him in a cell eventually. In the men's dormitory. Uh-oh. No. Okay, Janetta. Hold on a second, hon. Okay, Janetta. Can't mute your guest. Okay, here you go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just laughing at what you were saying. What were we talking about?
I guess what's next for Sonia. So let me drop the link. Hold on a second. Here we go. Okay. All right. There you go. I just dropped it. Okay, it's criminally civil walk. Okay. I dropped it, hun. Okay. Janetta, we thank you so much for coming up. You're so much fun. Is there
Oh,
anything you want to say before you go, hun?
no, I can't think of anything else. I'm just laughing. It's been I've had a good time. This has been I've been telling my friend about all of these calls and everything, but she couldn't really get into it. But I told her about the situation with Sonia and the subpoena, and she was
Mm-hmm.
saying that the best thing to do is go ahead and hang it up, go ahead and turn it over, because she does a lot of criminal work, and she doesn't even try to go, and she gets some good deals for her clients. She had one that escaped prison and was on a jail phone calls planning to escape, and she managed to get him community correction. So she's very good at what she does, but she said that she need to go ahead and hand over those documents.
Hand them over, and I
Yes.
would, if it includes, don't talk to him until he gets out. You can write him letters, but no more calling, no more visiting. Then it is what it is. You know what I mean?
They're
Okay,
communicating
go
with
ahead,
one
hun.
another in the letters. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, was somebody else talking, or?
No, there's feedback on your phone for
Oh,
some reason.
okay. Well, I'll go ahead and drop down then. Next time I'll call in on my computer. But y'all
Oh,
have a good night.
okay, you take
Okay, bye.
care.
Bye.
Okay, babe. Okay. Thank you, Janetta, for calling in. We had Glorious. We had Mocha Wine. We had PW. Handed him documents. Yes. Well, look, I think she purposefully, did someone say willful ignorance or something like that? I think she purposefully 504, I dropped the link, hun. Um, okay. She's white. Girl, she's trying to claim that privilege. Okay, just like Karen Huber. What how far did that get Karen? Okay. Karen Huber's a mess. Okay, so guys, we did not react to the call. Wait, oops. We did not react to the call tonight, but that's okay. We'll talk about it tomorrow. I still owe you guys. I think I'm gonna just post the receipts on my community wall. Everybody knows what happened to Peter. It's gonna be okay. If somebody really wants a video, I'll do it. Okay, here's PW. We gonna let PW up, and then 504. I think 504 is gonna call in. We're waiting, hun. Hi, PW. Hey, boo.
Hey, Bougie, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome, hun. What's going on?
Yeah. Um. Yes. I was saying that I think that they made themselves, or Sonya made herself a target, because when you have two criminals on the phone constantly talking about businesses that they're going to start and no money, and the
And
problem,
no money.
yeah, yeah, and the
And
problem
buying RVs,
so
and
much.
he to buying an RV. I hear what you're saying. Yes, absolutely.
I mean, they talked about it so extensively, and of course, Sonya blurted out her own criminal past. So it's like, where y'all going to get this money? So it's like y'all are ready and right to commit more crimes together. So she already made herself a target just by even discussing $1 million ideas with a guy who's already in there for fraud.
Okay.
So
And running shell companies.
running shell companies that she wholeheartedly believes in. So it's not even funny how she made herself a target. And like I said before, she's also exhibit A, B, C, and D, basically about how he runs the scam on women and how he can get women to do anything he wants them to do. And
Mm.
by that time, he's fine tuning his skill to do it without the ping. So I can't even imagine. At least on the outside, he had to use that, but now he's fine tuning his skills on doing it without it.
Mm. Mm.
On a thirsty chick.
On a thirsty chick. Well, we're gonna see how this unfolds. I mean, Monday, if she goes ahead and posts that thing up, I don't know how the law is gonna take it. If they're gonna say, "Hey, we're giving you another opportunity," or are they gonna just go around there and go pick her up, call her in, um, at that moment, and you know, put her in contempt. But me personally, she has until January 15th. I would have waited, like, I would have taken my time and got some things together and turned it in. But she's over here speedballing and giving it to Sylvia for what? It's so weird. Um, PW, what? Well, so what did you think of? Did you watch Sylvia's last night? Sonia's lawyer. I got you, hun.
Sadly, I did.
Okay.
It, like you said, the struggle was real with the reading, so that was entertaining in and of itself.
Oh my god, it was so funny.
You said, "Don't hurt yourself, for us." I just
That
could.
was hilarious.
And then it's like breaking news, but then it's read so sad because it is sad. It really was a sad document. It was a pitiful document, and you are addressing it to a judge, regardless whether it was the right or wrong judge. I'm not sure of that, but you addressing it to a judge. But once you get down into the weeds of your argument and you basically bash who are still technically his or her colleague, don't nobody want to hear that. You just can't. You still showing you literally have no respect for the legal system. And I can just imagine Wooten presenting that document to Fonnie for her to put her final whatever on it, and Fonnie probably had her nice little legal pen, and she was like, "Who's this? I've never heard of this person." And then he reminds her who she is. She's like, "Oh, that bitch. Let me sign this real quick."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and send that out. Yeah, YouTube is not the court. Okay, Soul Power saying YouTube is not the court.
No, well, and then that's the thing about IS is that she will not. She act like she's so impartial, but she know that was messy because she knows she shouldn't have never even if that's her friend or whoever she's supposed to be. Say, look, I recommend you probably don't let me read this before you actually file it.
Right. After you file it and it becomes part of the record. So we'll see if it actually becomes part of the record.
That's my opinion on that. I do think it might have been a farce, but now that I guess they put it out as a little test as to who knows. But yeah, she's probably going to send it as is. I'm sure there's probably some spelling errors in it. I don't doubt
Oh
that
my
there.
God, I cannot wait to see it
Yeah,
in the flush. I cannot wait to download that thing.
and she'll probably end up with a 5150. I'm just playing. I don't know, but
You need to stop, PW. A Baker Act. They're gonna Baker her.
because by the time you get to 6 and 7, it's like what in the
Mhm. Yeah, girl, go lay down. Maybe you need to go lay down.
we got bigger concerns.
Okay.
Ooh, now she could now Sonya consider that. Play dumb, play whatever.
Keep
Go
playing dumb, absolutely. She's like, playing dumb, what are you talking? She might be like, look, playing dumb, what are you talking about? PW, you got anything else for us? Oh, I was just okay. PW, you got anything else for us?
and I just wanted to say that I think that's how she probably could have also remotely made herself target because
Absolutely, I agree.
he's literally victimizing you in real time. And I agree with everything else that's been said. It's stuff that they know that you have that they obviously can't get. Wooten don't need you to tell him what he can already get. That wasn't your job to repeat to him what he already knows he can get. That's not what it is.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
I'll be back on this. I couldn't get home fast enough, and my mama let Dollar General close on her. I went and almost grabbed out the store. So
Uh-oh.
I'm
Okay, PW, take care.
thank y'all.
Have a
Y'all
good night. Happy holidays, hon.
thank you. Same to you.
Okay, thank you. All right, bye-bye. Hey.
Oh my goodness. Well, hello, hello,
I
hello,
like to
hello.
let everyone
Hello,
get their
hello, hello,
time.
hello.
Hi. Happy birthday.
Hi,
Did
thank
you
you,
enjoy you
friend.
sound really good. So you were
Baby, I
down and
was
out.
dead. I would die for a week, baby. I was dead for that flu took me out. That's why I was hoping you felt better. Cause what
Oh
I
my
had,
god.
nobody should
I
have.
I
It literally
cannot.
felt like COVID. I was my entire birthday week I spent in the bed and on the floor.
Well, at least they didn't have to put you in the hospital on some damn oxygen. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Baby,
on the respiratory
the
unit.
only oxygen tank I need is the one from Erica, that fake one.
Oh
Yeah,
my
no.
God. When he
Uh-uh.
said she went to go get her oxygen tanks, but there was no oxygen in them, I died. Okay.
Baby, y'all know that's my favorite part of the story. So, and every time I call Pat, the law intellect Pat, because that's what
My
uh,
favorite
little
thing, I'm trying to think which one's my
little sour
favorite.
Alfredo called her
Oh
Pat.
my
So
God.
I'm gonna stick with Pat because I like it.
I love, first of all, I love for us that we finally got to see the body cam. That put the cherry on top of
I
2024.
liked it.
That gave Pam got the MVP on that one.
She did.
That's some MVP. So I'm so appreciative of her and her camera guy and them getting that damn body cam footage. I cannot wait to see Nesto's interviews in the good old jailhouse interrogation and how he behaved with the, so you know how we see them on Law and Crime or whatever, they'll have the interrogation videos. I cannot wait.
Baby, he played his role. He's not a gangster.
Right.
He put them on. He put them hands behind his back. He knew. He knows.
You know
Like
me?
it's baby. It's
Yes,
a
Ernest
routine.
Williams.
Right.
You know
Correct.
who I am?
You right. A nobody. Put your arms on. Hello. put
Okay. Sir,
put
you're
him
under
behind you,
arrest. He was
please.
like, oh, you're looking
Now,
for.
so I have a question. So for the first time when we heard, was it like word of like, or maybe word of documents, like documents when they talked about him. I'm sorry. The Natalie Fields, like whatever she said on the stand before, was that in like documents? Because
Oh,
I'm
yeah. So
confused.
we've read those
Yeah, like I'm
warrants
just confused as to
and
why
those.
she would say something different.
What did she say different?
Well, even Pam said she said something different. She said that he I forget what did she say? She said that something about the search. It had to do with the search of the car.
I'd have to go back and
So
listen
on
because
the
I only
stand, I think
listened to
she
Pam's
didn't say
one.
that like, we had prior knowledge of what was in the car before. She didn't say that when Sean Hoover, goddamn, was up there,
Uh-huh.
like grilling
So
her.
she added well, I mean, I would say this is, so look, I'm just giving an opinion based
Yeah,
on,
this is all
so
opinions.
the arrest affidavit or the warrant the warrant where they're telling kind of like this is how this came to be, that one page, they can't really say everything, and sometimes I don't think that document is a step by step, minute by minute, hour by hour account. So no
No,
one's really gonna.
but even in Pam's, like even in her, discussion about her dissection, the law. We got the law intellect on our side, so we get to see the insight of a lawyer, of course, Janetta too, but still, like we got to see what like what was the issue, or like why Natalie
Why
did
did
look a
she
little
stop
shook.
him?
I did take my donuts back. I took my donuts back, and Bible Lady did take her coffee back. We have to reassess how we feel about Miss Natalie, because it was like, wait,
Yeah.
what? Because I felt like
So
she wasn't standing 10 toes down like she was before, and it was like, hold on, girl, because you made it seem like you had it in the bag. Either way, I don't. Whatever was in that car doesn't have anything to do with like the other, like some of the other,
right.
like the big cases. But it's just still like, yeah,
So was he racially profiled? It's quite possible. I mean, and she was working diligently. Like she had her mind on Nesto. She had that case in her little notebook, and she did give a lot of information about how she was working that case and trying to see when he was coming home. She knew he would be coming back,
right,
so every single time. So yeah, I would have to watch it again. I'm not saying there weren't discrepancies, but like I
right.
told you guys, I only watched it one time, and I'm usually doing 5 different things as I'm watching
Absolutely.
things. So I need to watch it again, because I was saying that when I got to the Sean Hoover part, I was still so jaded by the body cam video
Right.
that I really didn't pay attention. So I'm going to give it another watch through the whole thing again,
Yeah.
to listen
Yeah.
to her testimony and her question and answer with Sean. So
Yeah.
I can't really comment on that, because I didn't either hear it or pay attention to, like, oh, that was
Yeah.
different. Like, it didn't
Mhm.
catch me. So when it gets to that part, then I'll listen. And, but I did see at a certain part, Pam was going back and comparing the warrant. I
Mhm.
think she pulled up something. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, well, his last name is Hoover, like damn. So, he probably did shake Natalie a little bit, like a little earthquake. So she seemed a little shook, but we'll see what happens.
it was like, remember with Sarah Boone, when Sarah said, so it's kind of one of those things, like one person's word against the other. Sarah swore up and down that Detective Copsell called her and told her to come and get her phone on the
Yes,
following day.
she has
And
like
Detective
maintained
Copsell
that.
said that didn't happen.
They said it didn't happen, but
So
she
it's
even
like,
when she wrote
who
that
are
in
we
that
gonna
that,
believe?
that damn 55-page letter to that judge, I was like, girl, if this is not entitlement, I don't know what is. But
And sometimes this is just my thought process. Like, if she broke the law, she broke the law. You don't get
okay,
to not have a fair play, right? So if there's something she did wrong, I'm assuming Wooten still has enough to handle whatever he needs to handle. But it's one of those things where that's what these hearings are for, you know?
all I'm gonna say is, if I could compare letters,
Oh my God.
I rather read Sarah's letter than Nestor's letter.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, that
I
letter
wish
was
Nestor
so
would write.
terrible. It was ferocious. Y'all know
Oh
that's my
my God.
favorite word.
Oh,
That letter was ferocious.
the letter to Craig Lewis or the
Yes,
letter
well,
to
that
Shay
letter, well, the
Alexander?
letter to the. Remember, he was asking for his discovery. He hadn't gotten his
Oh my
discovery.
God. I wish she
The
would
letter
write
he
more
wrote in
letters.
crayon
Yes.
and skid marks. That letter.
I wish she would write more letters. I really do.
But
Let me
I'm
see.
laughing, Frank. Baby, back to Big Seal. Back to Big YSL, $500 Mammy Seal. Ma'am, I think a lot of this, I feel like you've been arrested, ma'am. Hello? Like, how many times?
You talking about
So
Nesto?
I'm
Because I
talking
was like,
about
I
I'm
can't.
talking about Big Seal.
Oh, Sylvia's been arrested. I
Big
don't know how many times
YSL
she's been
Cradle Cap.
arrested.
We don't know,
Girl,
but we know you've been admonished in front of the court.
yes.
You've
She's
been
questionable.
But you've also been arrested. How many try? I mean,
Absolutely.
you've been arrested. So think about Sonia and this nonsense. They're gonna try who. So you done been arrested, Sylvia. Like, don't worry about it. Your time's coming, because who was on these lines talking about the victim? You know what I'm saying? His daughter, whether she's important to the case or not. $500 sale. Miss, I'ma sell my soul for $500 every time
Mm-hmm.
because I can't make no money on YouTube. That's what you do. So she's like, so for her to read it, it's kind of like, ma'am, why would you be the one to go out there head first?
Because she has to have it. So if she knows Sonia's gonna e-file it Monday, or she's going to walk it downtown Monday, which they're gonna just tell her to go ahead and e-file it. She wants to get it before, like, me or anyone else who watches the docket. Sylvia knows that I get alerts from the docket, so she wanted to have, how Sylvia wants to have something first. So dumbass Sonia probably told her, go ahead and tell them. She's no different from a damn Sarah Boone. She wants the world to know on her terms. So she's worried. She's so worried about the internet. If she was concerned more about herself and Nesto, she would have filed her documents and minded her own business and let us just figure it out. But she's probably embarrassed that she got served in front of everybody and served at the courthouse and served at all.
Right.
and she's trying to stand up and make herself, a victim, and also, throw Fulton County under the bus.
Yeah, I mean, it was yeah. I mean, my points from her, my bullet points from her notes are, oh girl, not bullet points, not bullets. Oh my lord,
To match those
girl, I
bullet
gotta be
holes.
stopped. I cannot be stopped. I have to go to bed. Girl, never mind.
She's a mess.
Like,
She's
oh
an
my
absolute
god,
mess.
not bullet points. That's not. Oh
Girl, the
lord,
bullet
oh
points to
lord.
match with the bullet holes. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm
We
so
gonna see how
sorry.
this is gonna
That's not
go.
what I meant. But yeah, I mean, I just feel
Oh,
like.
no pun intended, but
Okay, babe, but I mean, at this point, pun intended. Listen, y'all know
right.
Sonya grinds my gears. Listen, I can't stand it. I think when you think you're smarter than everybody else, then there's a problem there. So they realize the problem, and like even if nothing happens to her, it's like, girl, put yourself on the like. It nothing wakes her up. Nothing like
No.
not like there's nothing that says, hey,
Let me stop. Let me take
bedtime.
a breath. Let me take a stop for a minute. She got that subpoena and she went right to work. And then she handed it to her mouthpiece. She is Nesto's mouthpiece and her mouthpiece is Sylvia.
But
So
everybody
Sylvia
can't
takes the
read.
bait.
If it's three illiterate, if it's the three blind illiterate mice, nobody can read. Nobody can speak like intelligently. Like where? Who else is there?
It's a mess.
Nobody.
It's a
It's
sloppy, dirty mess. It
it's
really is.
disgusting. So what
It really, really
lawyer?
is.
Like we talk about, oh, hire a lawyer. Who? What lawyer? First of all,
I mean, she could
she
go ahead.
probably could, but she's disrespected every law. You know what I'm saying? Like you've disrespected prominent lawyers in your letters, in your calls, in your right, in your letters, in your calls,
I mean, I'm
in your
sure someone
conversation.
will take her money, but I don't
What
think she can
money?
afford above and beyond a
Right.
consultation. She might be able to afford, look, I mean, all jokes aside, she would need to find $500 or one of her credit cards that she used to go to the $5 store or whatever she goes and buys her stuff at. She needs to go ahead. But I mean, look, I don't want to tell her what to do. She's comfortable with her document. I would love for her to post that on Monday. At the end of the day, if she doesn't think there's a value in seeking out an attorney when you are basically telling the court that you don't have and can't supply what they're asking you for, that they feel like they already know you have, good
Mm-hmm.
luck with that. We're going to be watching.
Right. Well, I mean, Miss Jan, that's why she was trying to steal that house from Miss Janice, because Miss Janice got the last of her daddy money. She don't have no money.
No.
So then so then she gonna be down there. Never mind. I was about to say something. Never mind. I don't want to ruin your life. Mm-mm.
Sure.
She gonna be
She
over there
better.
with Sean trying to trying to crail how
Oh,
she was trying to crail, ma'am. Hello. Cause I
I
want to see
I
that.
don't think
I
he's
want to see the phone. I
interested.
want
Well,
to
he
see
might
the
have
phone
himself a
calls.
nice little fiance somewhere. Who knows?
Baby, I
I
want to see the phone records when you was calling this man late at night. Ma'am, where's the phone records? Because you're a
Crail
liar.
Lewis. I mean, she has threatened to file bar reports on people.
Absolutely.
She has threatened Fonnie Willis with
Absolutely.
complaints to the governor. She has complained a
Y'all know
lot.
how she did Hannah. Baby, she did Hannah like a dog, baby.
Eh, Hannah's probably
Hannah gotta stop.
like,
Hannah gotta come for she gotta come for Attorney Holloway. Hannah gotta stop for she just gotta come to court one time and a little, I think Hannah took a little break because Hannah probably was stressed out.
just the amount of emails she sent
Yeah.
Hannah, and Doug can attest to that because Doug had to tell her to stop
Mm-hmm.
emailing Hannah. And then her and Doug are coordinating clothes. There's no way that she doesn't have emails. She thinks in her mind, or this is her story, that
Right.
they need her for evidence. And no, they don't need you for evidence. They
Mm-mm.
want you to self-report your interactions on Nesto's behalf.
Keep it
Don't
up.
say just because you two are not legally tied that you don't have something.
Absolutely. I think
So, are
it's
you
wild.
kidding
I think
me?
that she's in trouble, girl. She can look at it however she wants to, but that she doesn't do that. Girl, you've been to, I call it penitentiary. It's penitentiary puss for a reason. Ma'am, you've been to jail. Do you want to go back? Stop playing with these people.
I
Because
think she
unlike
thinks she's
everybody
doing
else, they can put
something.
her back in there. They can put her there. No, you've talked about your family. You've disrespected everybody that would help you in a. Both of them have Ernesto and her. But my girl, you're not in jail. Mind your business.
Right. He
Go
keeps telling her you're
correct.
free.
Go sit down somewhere. Cook your Alfredo and sit down.
Look,
Penitentiary.
she
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
Penny,
she
penny,
gets it
penny,
until
Polly
she
Pocket Puss. Sit down. Go mind your business. Go find something to do. Take Bam Bam out of the closet because y'all know, like y'all call him a stripper baby. The stripper baby is Bam Bam. Baby, please go drop that baby off at a fire station so somebody else can get this baby and take care of
right.
him.
A permanent home. A permanent
Okay?
home with a
Bring him to me. I'll
bedroom.
take him from Louisiana. Meet me halfway, Sonya.
It's very sad. I feel sorry for that kid. I really
I've been
do
praying for a
because
baby. I'll take that baby because y'all don't want it. Don't. But you gonna put it in the closet while you talk to somebody, a married man who's a criminal on the phone on GTL. My girl, my lord, poor thing.
and he's had her call other inmates, which I guess that's common. People do that. They'll call their friends or associates that they used to deal with in the jail. I don't know what Sonia's been out there doing for him, but she's been doing some things. We've been joking about her being a secretary for how long? He is constantly asking her, "I need you to do this." So when she was sitting there calling Fulton County on global tel link calls and asking the clerk of courts how many warrants does he have, when's his next court date, sending emails, she said someone gave her the transcripts to the court, to the proceedings one day when they were talking about the sexual assault, and she said Hannah asked her where she got it from, and she said don't worry about it, none of your business. I mean, we know she got it from Sylvia.
Somebody always giving her something, no line.
Yeah, so
Oh, they
she's
told me I don't
spreading
watch
stuff
it. Oh, they
around.
told me I don't listen. Girl, shut up. She's here right now, Sonia. Baby, you in trouble, girl.
She'll be all right.
Girl, I don't care about Sonya.
Neither do I. That's why she
Baby,
needs to stay where
they
she's at
both
in the
could go to
bushes.
prison. Her and Turkey Waddle. Listen, they, it's insane. I think that I appreciate. I just called in to say hello, guys. I thank you guys
Aw.
all for the birthday love. I appreciate you. Of course, I'm down with my dog Nyla, but I appreciate how you move with grace. Like we move with integrity. We joke a lot, but the jokes stop at some point. Like we're very serious about
Yeah,
rights
I
and
mean, we
everything
can
like that. Like this is nonsense.
absolutely.
Like stop it. Like, but like you've been on your big one. You've been on your big one this week. So I just called in to say congratulations on
Oh,
that.
thank
That was
you.
awesome. I was actually in the live, but y'all know I know y'all have to do it for whatever this what is not do it for the gram, but do it for the YouTube. I don't know, but those vertical lives blew me. But I know that you guys have to do it, and I love being on the live. I was like, okay, look at her talking to Peter. Girl, and Peter was something. Listen to me, y'all. Listen to me. Peter, I'm sorry. If y'all don't want to talk to me no more, I'm finna hang up. But
Mm.
let me tell y'all something. I'll probably go sit down with Peter. Like, I'm going to be amongst Tashima writing to Peter. Peter was fine. Baby, when you you was talking to Peter, I was like, I don't know what Fran's saying. Look at Peter in the suit.
Oh my God.
I'm finna go sit
I
down
was
in the cell.
it was so cold outside. You
I
know, when you
could
come in
tell, but
from the
you did
nice
your big
inside
one,
and you go
friend.
outside and it's like, oh my God, it's so cold outside. Um,
You did
he
your
was
big
very
one
well
though.
dressed. He was
He
very
was
well
well
dressed.
dressed. He
He
was
was
slim. He was prison slim.
okay.
He was real cute.
Like he had just
He
came
was
from the
federal
gym.
prim. He was federal slim cute.
Okay.
Baby, he was
He's gonna
ready.
be
And he
taking cooking
stopped. I
classes
love
in
that
jail.
he answered your questions. He looked you in your eyes. You asked your questions. Like, I love that. I thought it was amazing. You did amazing. I know it was cold. It was windy. We probably couldn't hear everything, but like I love that I was there for that live. You did your big one. That was a great.
Oh,
You
thank
asked
you. You're
amazing
so
questions.
sweet.
So it was what it was. But listen, I would do about 6 months with Peter. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You're so funny.
if I could come and go, I would do a little. I would
Well,
do
you
six
know they're
months
not
with
gonna
him.
let you come and go.
I know you. Sometimes I gotta stay.
Yes, you just have to wait,
Mm.
be available on the outside. So you
I,
would be a prison boo for you would have Peter be
I
your prison bae and you would be his
listen.
boo.
Do you see how Peter answered your questions? Yeah, for
He was
Peter, not
yeah,
not for Nestor, baby. No, I Peter not
yeah.
married.
Okay, single.
I would never
Okay.
be. I would never be Thomas Jefferson's concubine for anybody else. But for
Karen is a mess.
baby,
Oh my
wow.
god. Oh
Oh,
my
that's
god.
another story. I know, girl. I just had to say it.
I love that video though. I love
But
that.
it's
That
girl,
was
that
the best. That was the
baby,
best body
Karen was
cam.
ferocious out here.
She's lucky she didn't kill anybody though.
No,
And she's lucky
seriously.
she made it home. She could have been killed. She could have slammed that Maserati right into a tree,
I'm just
which
trying
she
to figure
did
out how you.
basically,
It's a
but she spun
Maserati,
out.
baby. Put the Stellas down. It's a Maserati. Put the Stellas down. Put
Mm-mm-mm.
baby Pete, girl. Poor Peter. Peter wasn't looking for no license. I'm just gonna say, y'all. Peter was looking for that phone. Peter wanted to know where she was at.
Peter was smelling like the men's department. Like
Oh,
Peter had, I don't know what was on, but the courtroom was very fresh and there was a good filtration system going, but you could smell the wafting of a nice men's cologne, like some bergamot and sandalwood, very
baby, what I like
manly
those
type.
is no, that's not how Peter smell.
Girl, it
You
was
smell like
smelling
that.
good in there.
You smell like that
Mhm.
crush, that man's crush that you saw. That's what Peter can't see what he was. Mm-mm.
Mhm.
I love it. Peter had y'all realize they tried to make Peter seem like he was incoherent, right? And all of the, like he didn't know where he was at. He was so old. He was so elderly. No, Peter know what's up.
When the judge said, "But you spent those people's money," that was pretty much it. Like they already knew to be quiet because his lawyer was saying all kinds of things. We'll still go through the document tomorrow.
Yeah, no,
At
I'm
first, I
just
was like,
saying
maybe this is
Peter, but
old news.
Peter ain't slow. Peter, but I'm just saying he's
The
77,
judge
right?
was
Because
like, "But you spent those people's money. That's not your bank
right.
account. That's the money you were supposed to send to the treasury." If
But we were talking about his age and her age. And you saw
whose
Peter
age?
digging in that purse. Remember, he was digging in Karen's purse. Oh, where was I
Oh
again, baby?
gosh.
You
Oh,
knew.
okay.
No, Peter
Ray,
knew.
her husband.
Yeah, Peter knew. Oh, we talking about two different
Mm-mm-mm.
Peters. No.
Mm-mm-mm. His that so the situation you're talking about Karen and her husband.
Yeah, because we have fused into
Well,
that. But
he's
both of
Papa
them.
Smurf. He's definitely Papa Smurf too.
Papa Smurf. Girl, Papa Smurf is
Mm-mm-mm.
hilarious.
These guys, look, look, in today's world, people are going to talk your business. It's all in how you handle it. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? It's all in how you handle it. And I think the people who handle it well and don't let it get them upset and just kind of roll with it, they're fine. The people who feel like they can battle the internet one blogger at a time, that's like what they talk about.
Oh yeah, they called him Uncle Ben. That's what. Yeah. So yeah, but I feel like I think the way you conducted, that interview, and then I feel like when he responded, I don't know, he wasn't, I think he was just talking to like the internet, like, you know what I'm saying, like the whole blogger world, and I feel like nobody wants to be grouped in, but it is what it is. It's like, oh, I'll let the bloggers. Oh, Peter, be quiet, go sit down.
I
Don't
didn't
take off
even
that
listen to
suit.
his response. I know he went
Yeah,
live in his car, but that had to have been later. That
yeah,
wasn't
it was
that had to have
later.
been later because he had his suit on. But
Ooh,
I
and
didn't
that
even
suit was
listen
some
to it because
Peter. Told me, I'm a right to boo.
I didn't know if he had you gonna write I will keep you updated
Me and Tashima.
as soon as I see when he's getting ready to get his sentencing, and then we'll keep up on where he's going, and I'll make sure to give you the information so you can, make sure he doesn't get lonely or miss a meal. Okay, for your boo.
Listen, baby, when you was interviewing Peter, I was like, I know my girl cold. I know she cold and she's stubborn, but I was like, I said, look at this suit.
Girl, I was
Look at
all the
it,
way
baby.
downtown.
Peter was not bothered.
Did you see how much I was driving, girl? Normally I do about 6 miles a day. I'm normally like within 2-3 miles from my house, no more, and usually much less. I was out and about, okay? I was doing all that
Baby, you just a
driving.
big
Sis was
one.
cold. I was
I
like,
am so proud. Like, I love that because I was at work, so I was like in and out. But like, that was the actual live that I caught. Like, I was like, okay, my girl got a mic. Because I was like, who? Ain't nobody out there. Who's she talking to? And
the
who's she
reason
talking
why I didn't
about?
have like my good reporter on the scene mic is
It's
because
okay.
I knew I was going
It
to
was
have
fine.
to put it away or they weren't going to let me bring it in, and I didn't want to have to walk back to the parking lot.
And
So
that's fine.
it's
That's why I'm
okay.
saying I caught it late. So I was like, okay. But I was like, okay, he coming out. Girl, you was like, he coming out. I said, oh,
Well, as
okay
soon as
then.
they sentenced him, because I watch and pay attention. As soon as they gave him the sentence and he had to stand there with the sheriffs, I immediately said to my husband's cousin, I said, let's get downstairs because I don't want to walk out the same time. I don't want to be on the
Yeah.
elevator. I want to be outside when he walks out.
All
So
right.
that's why I was like, and my cousin was cold. So I said, go ahead, you can go sit in the car. I'm gonna stand right here. Girl, I was
Mhm.
I was waiting.
I
Okay.
know it. I love it. Tips on in your Jordans, baby. You was already outside.
I was like, let's go outside.
Baby, wasn't
Yeah.
nobody was outside with you,
Nobody.
brother.
No,
I love
nobody.
that for you. You like my mama. She like to leave,
Oh,
she loves basketball, but she likes to leave in the third quarter. Even though she be parked in the handicap, she likes to get out of there. So we know how to make a good exit early so we can catch the good let out. That's called
okay. You
the
got it. That's how you get
friend, that's a let
everything.
out. You caught the good let out.
Exactly. Him walking right out the door.
Baby, you caught the let out. It was for you. It was designed for you. It was prepared for
Oh,
you because
thank
you put in a
you.
lot of work and you do a lot. Like you bring us the news. You don't have to get up here every day,
I love
but you
it. You
do,
guys
and
are
you
so
tell
much
us and you
fun.
talk to us and you help us out. So and you encourage us and you inspire us. So it's a lot of things that go on in this space, but I did. I wanted to call, give you a big one. That was amazing. It
Thank
was great.
you.
Even the wind was blowing, you was cold. Nobody cared. You did a
Girl, it was
great
freezing.
job. He
It was
stopped. He was
freezing.
engaged. She told you, because he does. I mean, it takes a minute to engage. Girl, you tell me I'm going to jail, baby. Don't talk to me.
Right. I'm like, were you happy with your
Interview me.
18 months? I was like, were
Interview
you?
me after I'm going to jail.
I mean, he
Absolutely
should have
not.
been happy with that 18 months because the state did recommend 2, but on the original sentencing sheet, it said 5 years.
Correct.
It could have been 5 years.
But I
So
think he knew he
he
was
should
going
be
to do
happy
up
with
to
that
2,
18.
but he did 1.5. So I mean, he knows.
Yeah.
Listen, federal prisoners.
Houston Foodie says she gonna write Peter too. He's hot.
I,
You guys are
Now Houston
look
food it, baby.
okay.
Hold
Okay,
on,
y'all.
sis.
Thank you.
Oh, wait,
I love you
girl,
guys.
wait
You
a
guys are so
minute,
sweet.
baby. You know what? You know who? Girl, he's the Black Wade Wilson. Girl, he ain't kill nobody, but I'm just saying, it's gonna be flooded. Peter won't be bored. But I'm gonna
Y'all.
drive up there to go give him some popcorn. See, y'all don't know about federal prison. Y'all gotta go there.
Mm-mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
He's gonna skate through. It'll be okay.
Oh my God, of course. But here's the thing. I wonder if it's not like he hasn't done it before, right? Like not jail, but I'm just saying, just in general, like please learn. Like
He
I
had a
want,
situation in Atlanta. If he does something,
yeah,
the judge did tell him if this were to happen again, you will be going to prison and for longer. Like it's not a joke. Like there's no more like we're going to give you this opportunity and we're going to let you, oh, you have big social media. No.
right.
It's none of that. It's come back and I have to see
It's
you
the
again.
fact
You
that
will
he
come
gets to
back.
do a reality show on his way to prison. Like,
The judge
I
was like,
mean,
you will come back to my courtroom, just like Paige was like, and you will come back and see me. um yeah, the judge was not playing. He got a
yeah.
Christmas present in, in whatever he got. And that's pretty much it.
Not they saying no get subpoena for Peter. Listen, I don't know nothing about Peter's business.
You guys are so silly. Don't
Girl,
let Peter get
we
y'all.
can start a club in the we can start a club in the jail. Don't do this. I would help Peter.
Yeah, he'll be
Mm,
fine. Yeah, he'll be fine.
he will be. Fran, what else? What's next? What
Nothing.
like what are we doing next? Wait, I have a question. You said you had Wade stuff. What's next?
I do. So I got some incident reports. I saw someone, if you guys, I'm sure if you're following Wade, if you go over to that girl Zav Girls channel, I think she went through some of them. I don't know if she got the same packet I did. But I got like about 32 incident reports. So we're just gonna read them. I was telling Nyla about them. So I said we'll do one, we'll just go live together as and do some as a story time. And then, just get through as many as we can, just kind of read through them and see what the tea is. But she's sick right now. So probably maybe next week,
Yeah, it'll
whenever
be
she
next
gets
week.
better
Yeah, I
and
mean,
after the
we're not
holiday.
waiting on Wade. I just know you had mentioned it, and I think that she mentioned it. Listen, I be in it, and I like it. I don't know how. I feel like everybody, because we're fans of PCFP.
Yes.
Courtesy to you. Um,
They're so awesome.
yeah. Oh my God, I love Shay. Like, girl, Shay is my baby. Listen, I love Shay, but we go over there, and it's interesting. I'm gonna get out of that Patreon because I feel I feel dark after that. But
The uncuts are
oh my
Wade
God,
is that's some adult, Wade is
that
on
is
some
just,
shit.
yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying? Like there's
wild. But it's the
um
fact that women are, you know what I'm saying, like willing to do that, like, or willing to go that, that way. Oh
yes.
my God,
Yeah,
oh
and they
girl,
do.
it's like vomit worthy. Ew, gross. But yeah, no, but not the email. So it won't be the emails. It'll be the other stuff.
No, it's just incident reports, like stuff
Okay,
that
good.
happened and reported from the
Oh,
officers and stuff.
like
Yeah.
what? Like about the
Like
him
Mr. Wilson
smuggling
was in
drugs and
his
stuff.
cell and called,
What
I
about
have
him smuggling drugs? Do y'all have that one? Cause that's wild.
it's probably in there. I have not read them
Probably
all.
because him and baby that Bonnie is a fool.
But we read about that though, because I pulled all those police reports. So if you go to my Wade
Okay.
Wilson playlist, which I haven't
Hmm.
covered like extensively, but we did watch the sentencing and stuff like that. But I did pull I had more interested in like his cases and what he was getting into rather than his
Right. Me
actual
too.
calls. I mean, I know he is fascinating, but he's just a little too he still seems like he's on some sort of drug. You know what I mean? So I'm
Absolutely.
just
Well,
not
yeah, he had
really.
somebody smuggling in the drugs. So
Yeah,
yeah.
he gives a certain type of energy. I'm not really into it, but his
But
cases are
that's why the Bonnie
fascinating.
calls are like the good ones, because the Bonnie girl is the one that was like on the news and stuff for like that. That's how he got in trouble for
Yes, yes,
smuggling the
yes,
drugs
yes,
in.
yes.
Yeah. So those calls
That whole
while they're,
narrative was hilarious.
yeah. Oh my God. So, but we would have never known about PCFP
You
or
guys
Shay and
would
her
have. They
husband
would have.
if
I
it
mean,
wasn't for you. So we like literally, I'm telling you,
it
listen,
was
I
just a
love you
perfect.
down.
It was perfect timing. You know what I
It was
mean? It was just
perfect
perfect
timing.
timing. It just they were gonna do their thing anyway. Um, they just made
But they brought
just
us
like
into it, and so
Nesto's
it was,
story isn't hitting
yeah.
the radar for a lot of other bloggers and everything. It may not have hit their radar, but it did because it hit my
And it
radar.
did, and
So
you
it's about
created
just us networking, with the
absolutely,
right people, and it just worked out. You know what I'm
and
saying?
you've
So
made and you've helped people create channels, like whether you know it or not. I'll give you a flower. Like I'm giving you your flowers. Whether you know it
guys,
or not,
before, thank
you've helped
you.
everybody. Like they have people I've seen in this chat. I've seen people in chat that they're not green on their own, but they didn't want to start a channel. But they've been in the chat listening to how you move. So they've been watching, they've been learning, but still give pay homage, as you would say, pay homage.
Ah, look,
Pay
it's all
homage,
good.
baby.
We keep
But
social
no, we're
media
good.
social.
But it's amazing to see how you're growing. We're always gonna keep growing.
If you're lucky, absolutely. If you're lucky, you
No,
get to
we're
do
always
this
gonna
thing
keep
again
growing.
every
You're
day.
always gonna keep growing. We love how you move as a mom, and how you navigate as a mom and as a content creator.
Oh,
It's and how you give advice on. I'm gonna say the business side. You know what I'm saying? Like the corporate side of things sometimes. And I'll still send you
oh,
my letter. But
please
we'll go
do.
through. Yeah, and we'll go through that. But like, just it's the genuine spirit.
Oh,
It's
thank
the
you.
encouraging spirit. It's the keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like it's positive. While we go through, we talk about Nesto and whoever else. Who cares? We still we always bring it back to us. You know what I'm saying? Like we always
Girl,
make it
we always bring it
positive.
back to don't be stupid, don't be
Okay,
thirsty,
don't
keep your
okay.
legs close to married men, keep it cute,
Absolutely,
and get your bag. Get your bag,
absolutely.
sis.
Is that
Absolutely.
is
Those are the
that
important
true?
things. Be good
And
to
if
your
you can't figure it
family.
out, get you a Xanax. That is the
Okay.
best solution. But
Oh,
not the same ones that Karen was driving around with. Y'all got it. I love y'all. I've been up here. I'm just trying to encourage the bougie games. I think that like you're doing a great I
oh,
I feel encouraged and inspired.
oh, thank you.
And
I
my
love
girl's
you
sick.
guys.
And my girl's sick, so I'm not gonna I feel my girl's sick.
Nyla,
But
she's getting better. What she
I
said, I
know.
think I sent her a note
I
like,
said,
girl,
girl,
are
you
you
got
okay?
Granny in house. I know Granny got something. She got something else she could do. She don't
Hopefully.
even
Oh,
need our
someone sent
remedy.
me, got a few cash apps during this live. So thank you
Okay.
guys. I did not see those. I think my phone was on do not disturb. So I will respond to those. But thank you very much. You guys are real sweet and you guys
Absolutely.
support like majorly.
Absolutely.
So I
We love
appreciate that
you.
very much.
We love you. We love your home. Like we love you're vulnerable. You talk to us about your we love all of that. Boo boo. So girl, you got us.
Oh, thank
We
you
love
guys.
y'all. I mean,
Wait, let me
if
tell you
anybody
guys
put
what
us on,
Nyla
what?
said. I'm sure she put out a note, but let me see if she sent me. I was like, girl, are you
I think
okay?
she's just really sick.
It was
She's getting
coming
better,
on.
but she was sick the other day, though. Yeah.
You could tell because she could, when you can't get a word out and you
Yes,
just
like when I
can't
couldn't
stop
call in for my
talking.
birthday. Can I just okay, sorry guys. Can I just say thank you guys? Everybody who said happy birthday to me. Can I just say thank you?
Aw. So Nyla
While
said
we're
yesterday,
live, can I just say thank you? Sorry.
absolutely. Go ahead and say happy birthday.
No,
I mean,
I'm just
say
saying thank
thank
you for
you.
everybody who said, like everybody's like, I know y'all were live. I wasn't. I was very sick. Like I was deadly.
You
I
were
was on
trying
the
to stay
floor
alive.
crawling to the dog to try to
You were trying to stay alive.
baby, the dog didn't get walked for 3 days. I'm sorry. Like I was inside. But thank you guys so much. I love y'all. And I love you, friend. I love Nyla. Like, literally, like
We love you
it's
too.
hard to
We
have people
do.
who, maybe we're ethically nosy. That's what my girl would say. So I
Oh
love
my
that.
god.
And
Five
you put the work in. You get the paperwork. You
okay.
okay,
Girl, we got
baby?
to get the
Okay, because you
documents.
gonna get that pay. You
Girl,
get
people will
the
call you a
documents.
liar in a minute and I don't play with that. That's why if I don't have a piece of paper, If I don't have something to back me up, I'm not saying anything about it until I do.
Baby, it's the documents for
It's the
me. The
documents for
the,
me.
the
Yes,
documents.
it's
Baby,
the
you get the
documents.
documents. We pull up the alpha, David.
Okay.
The
Period. You
okay.
pull up the
You get it
docket.
done. You get it done.
Thank you.
So
I receive all of
enjoy
that.
your baby, enjoy. Like you deserve it, you receive it. Like you please receive it. Like you baby, you encourage everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody could start a channel right tomorrow based off of something you said. They can't move how you move. They don't know what you're doing. They don't know how you move, Like you do it in your own way. It's very unique to you. It's very special. We love you.
Oh, thank
You do your
you.
thing. Like we like when it
Thank you,
love lives and
Houston
lace friends.
Foodie.
They their own train wreck. You don't have to produce for them, but and no, Tip is
I
my
definitely
baby.
do my own thing. I know that I'm not. I know I'm serious sometimes, but I know I'm extremely silly a lot of times, and
I
I know
think
that
that people like the
sometimes
silly. I
it's a
think
healthy balance. You can't. I'm not the
yeah,
news. You
we
know what I'm
like
saying?
the
I like to
silliness
bring the
though.
news.
Silly,
But I
listen,
like to.
silly friend is a baby. Silly friend,
Silly
baby. We
friend
don't.
is silly friends is trouble.
Baby, when you start giggling, I'm like, girl, it's 7:45. Friend giggling. It's
I mean, but
silly. Here
for
we
real
go.
though,
Friend finna be a fool today.
some of these newscasters though, you know that they are trying their hardest to not laugh because some of
Oh, of
these stories
course.
are absolutely ridiculous. Like and some things want to make you mad, some things make you sad, but at the end of the day, you know, it's important to tell people these stories. But yeah, it's absolutely, I love doing this. So it's so much fun and you guys are great.
Oh, girl, we love you. Look at the chat. Like, listen, we
Oh,
like
thank
really,
you.
really love you. Like, we appreciate you. You do a lot. You put people on, whether you know it or not, or you know what I'm saying. Like, you do your due diligence. But listen, I have a little sister, and girl, I'm not. But my daddy had his own grandchild. But
Oh my
you,
god.
I
I'm like, what?
love.
Okay.
I love that, like you know what I'm saying, baby. Hold on, I'm gonna call y'all back. I gotta go, mama.
Yes,
I
because
I
that's
love it. We love that. We love that about you as well. Wife, mom, like we like it's everything. It all comes together.
thank
We love
you.
you so much for that, and we appreciate you. We appreciate the time that you give us, cause you even when you get up, okay, let me go figure out what I'm gonna cook, and then you'll come back an hour later. I'm not sure what you cooked, but
I know,
well,
right?
right, and I'm not gonna ask because I don't care.
Well,
But we appreciate it. Like it's we love that. Like this is my like I said it in my my milestone. Like this is my Christmas gift. I love the Grown Bougie Gang. Like I feel like y'all
it's like
like
the
I don't
perfect
know. I'm not
mix.
gonna get it. I'm not gonna get emotional, but I love y'all. Like I really feel like you give a lot, and we try to give. Like we give you as much as we can back, and if it's not enough, then we'll give you more. But like I feel like I hope you feel it. That I hope you
Oh,
understand that. Like
absolutely.
we absolutely love you. I love the chat. I love everybody.
Thank you. And I love you guys too. It's been a very much of a blessing. And I feel like 2025, like I hope it's everything that I'm hoping it's gonna be. Um and it's just the cornerstone of it is very special. So you guys all mean, every single person means something. So that's why I try to
Oh,
really, be personal with everyone and answer comments and talk to everybody and keep my word and keep you guys updated because I know, I mean, I watch YouTube also, and there's people that like, it's like, wait a second, they haven't posted, what's going on? I know what that feels like because I go here. And
right.
because I also go here and I also produce here, I know what that means when people are waiting for me to show up. So
Right.
I get it because there are people on YouTube. I'm not trying to throw people up under the bus, but there are people on YouTube who do not watch YouTube. They really don't know enough about YouTube. They just post their stuff on here and they don't really understand the culture of YouTube. And I
Right.
do because I enjoy it and I consume it too. So I give the experience that I want to have as a watcher. So I'm
Mhm.
a watcher who also puts up content and I want to give what I want to get. So that's what I hope to that's what I try to do every day. So
I think that's what you emulate. So
thank
yeah, I'm gonna
you.
leave it at that, boo boo.
Well, I hope you have a Merry Christmas.
Good. Yeah.
Enjoy.
I'm gonna be at work. I love y'all. But
Get your bag, sis. You know what I say. Get your bag.
yeah, okay.
Okay, get your bag. It's okay.
Bye guys. I just wanted to say no for I just wanted to give you your flowers on live.
Thank you.
But
I love you.
whether you
Take
keep it
care.
up or not, I probably take it off. But love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, friend and baby, friend and me.
I love you too. Take care.
Bye
Happy
girl.
holidays. If I don't talk to you before Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Absolutely. Bye
Okay,
bye.
take care, hon. All right, bye-bye. Oh, that was our friend. That was our little sis 504. Thank you, hon. I appreciate that. Aw, thank you so much, y'all. This was a nice long live. Y'all, is it midnight yet? Ooh, it's okay. It's under midnight. Okay. I will be back in the morning. We're gonna get into we got some videos. I'm gonna do so you guys still want to see the Peter receipts. We'll go ahead and drag out the Peter receipts. And I'm sure we got plenty of stuff on we didn't even do Fulton County this week. We had so much happen. We didn't read any of the Fulton County arrest affidavits for all of those corrupt correction officers over there, all the girls bringing in food and contraband, cigarettes, pot pies, giving up Putty Cat on in the Seven Tower, all of those things. So we still have that. We got the Wade stuff. We got so much. Okay. Um, Oh, thank you, HB. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys. Thank you for everybody who came and I mean, you guys have really a lot of y'all been here since like all night. So thank you for that. That is a huge way to support. And that's number one. And then you guys who are members with your member milestones, I appreciate that. You guys met my goal. I was like, okay, let me just put out 15 and you guys came through. I love this little thing that they're doing. It does make people, I don't know, I guess it makes everyone feel like, I don't know, if you put it out there, it gives everyone the opportunity to take part in, kind of a common thing to help a creator, and support their channel. So I appreciate that. That's a new tool that they released this week, and I've tried it a couple of times, and you guys have met every single one of my goals. So I really, really appreciate that. That's beautiful. And I thank you guys so much for spoiling me. But I will see you guys tomorrow morning. We'll do some Sunday service. I'm gonna try and come in here early. Because we did pretty much everything we needed to do today. So I don't think we're going out tomorrow. Plus, my husband's not feeling well. So want to make sure he's good to go back to work on Monday and Tuesday. And then we're off for like I think my husband's off for like 12 days and then Farrah's off for however long she's off. So I'll be in here early. I'm gonna try to be in here very early while everyone's off because I don't have to get up. I don't have to make lunches. Well, I'm gonna get up, but I don't have to be up to like make lunch and all that other stuff. The dogs keep us up and out. So I'll be up with that and then I'll come in here and that's that. But I'll post a picture of the rug. I think I have it. Farrah might have taken a picture of it. The rug is beautiful. We haven't. I think my husband left it in the car. We'll probably take it out in the morning and get it into Farrah's room. And her furniture is coming soon. Well, soon, like in like 2-3 weeks. It's still going to be a minute. So Anyway, all right, guys. I love you guys. We're 3 hour live. Oh my God. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. We had a great conversation. Thank you to everybody who called in and for everything y'all do. I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay. So make sure your notifications are set so that when I go live and post a video, do a community post, all of the things that we do, you will be notified. Okay. Bye, guys.
Walk it like I talk it. 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 Walk it like I talk it.
You can sleep. Side hand, I'll be that too. Because chicks are young and this chick is old. So I'll be the side hand. Thank you, Reggie, for correcting her. I will be the side chick. The mistress, the side chick, the hand. It's whatever. I mean, name calling is what y'all do. That's